Well, those glasses, though.
What is going on, folks? Will Turbin here, aka the one and only true reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard and rightful and sole heir to all of his mansions and Lamborghinis and pool parties. Fake Mike, real news. What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in for yet another episode. Fridays, Fake Mike Fridays. We're having a little fun on Fridays. I know I've been boring and depressing you guys with terrible facts about the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberg Group, the fact that we're $34 trillion in debt, the fact that the NSA is warrantlessly spying on you. So if you're just joining, guys, share the video. Fridays is the day that we have fun, but we're also going to broach a dope, awesome, fun topic to start. And my first guest today is Jeremy Tolmay. Jeremy, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for taking some time to come out with us today, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
So I'm going to put it up on screen. Why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself and how that led you to your book, because your book is awesome. I highly recommend people to check out your book. The link to purchase your book is in the description as well as on screen here. And Tommy is the world's best moderator. Tommy, if you could put his links in the chat, maybe even pin it, that would be great. But yeah, Jeremy, welcome to the show. Tell folks a little bit about yourself, brother.
Well, it took till I was 17 before I got diagnosed with Aspergers syndrome. And I went through a lot of bad times, misdiagnosis with obsessive compulsive disorder, got put on bad medication that made me psychotic, ended up in mental health facilities.
How much of that do you think was incompetence or neglect, and how much do you think of that may have just been something potentially nefarious?
I think that the psychiatrist that I saw didn't bother to spend enough time to get to know me and find out what the underlying cause of my OCD was. And she only spent an hour with me and then said, "Oh, it's OCD. Here's medication for it, and you should be fine." But that medication had some very bad side effects that ruined my life.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to recover, because unfortunately that's kind of the par for the course here. People will be over medicated, wrongfully diagnosed, and people really doctors are busy. I get it, but they unfortunately, this is not the first time I've heard the story here on the show where people, they really don't go in depth. You're not really a person, you're a face or a number to these people, and they're just trying to. And meanwhile, too, I used to work at a server at this fancy restaurant, and they would always have these private dinner parties, and it would be big pharma, and they would have all these pens, and they would give a thing, and they're like, "Well, so next time, make sure you tell these guys Ozempic." You know what I'm saying? So it's it's
they get kickbacks.
But let's shift gears and let's talk about your book a little bit, man, because it's a really cool book. I mean, I could go on and talk about your book, but that would be inappropriate. So yeah, your YouTube channel's up here too, so check that out, guys. Tell people about your book and what inspired you to write this book in the first place.
I wanted to get the word out and information out about what can happen if you're misdiagnosed, about how devastating it can be for your family, and that you should not always trust doctors. That if something isn't going right, you should take action and deal with it. Get off the medications. Try different solutions. So I
couldn't agree more. You know, that's the thing is, unfortunately, a lot of we've actually dealt with this more than, I mean, me and you are new acquaintances here, and hopefully we can become friends, and hopefully you can be a regular guest here on the channel, because I really dig what you do, man. Seriously, like your Facebook page or YouTube channel, it's dope as shit, man. And the reason I love it is because you're hitting on all the points that I like to hit on, but unfortunately nobody takes me seriously because I'm a weirdo with the snapback, right? But you're somebody that's, you have credibility, and you're speaking from a first person's perspective. And that's also what I find a lot too, is unfortunately the problems that we just talked about: overdiagnosis, misdiagnosis, over medication, and so on and so forth. But those problems kind of become amplified too, because once you're in the mainstream medicine arena, your insurance, right? Oh, let's say you're nice enough to get medical coverage for, and in Canada, you guys got everything.
Yeah, we do.
What happens is the inflation goes up, and then the people that are supposed to give you care have to work on the same budget that they had to do in the first place. And then if you are lucky enough to get insurance for your thing, it doesn't allow you to go ahead and check out alternative perspectives or things that are not stamped by the mainstream, which is very problematic to me. And so I really appreciate you writing this book without giving people too much. If you could give people like maybe your favorite part or a chapter of the book or something that people wouldn't expect from your journey.
Things got a lot better for me once I got off the medications and started in the workforce. I did very poor in elementary and high school as far as grades go, but I excelled at college and university, which is sort of unusual, but it happens. And
why do you think that was?
Because in college and university, you pick what you want to learn, not get forced to do subjects that you have no interest in and don't care one way or the other whether you pass them or not. Is why I did so well in college. Yeah.
Totally agree. You know, I'm really glad because you're probably the coolest thing to come out of Canada since Terrence and Phillip. And it's been a while. We've been waiting on something cool to come out of Canada. No offense. I mean, you guys have been throwing Justin Bieber at us for 20 years. Give us a damn break.
Yeah.
And today's scent is Derej. It's Derej pour homme. And this is by Rasai. See, I don't even know how to say it. But the top notes are cumin, cardamom, and artemisia. The middle notes are rose and orris roots. The base notes, we're getting down to the base notes, vanilla, tonka bean. Have you guys ever smelled a motherfucking tonka bean? It smells great. Amber, sandalwood, patchouli, and musk. All right. So now let's kind of pivot here, because the reason I started doing these Friday night streams is because we got to switch it up a little bit, right? We're gonna have a little bit of fun every once in a while too. And I said 10 years ago, and my cousins put it on a shirt. They said the revolution starts at home, and I was absolutely right. But then I spent 10 years becoming a hypocrite and had to relearn my whole lesson again, right? So we can't have homes if the divorce rate is 50%. That means you or your partner is going to get divorced. It's not a good statistic. So I figure, hey, instead of having people depend on daddy governments to be their baby daddies, why don't we see if we can play matchmaker? Well, at least not matchmaker. Let's at least try to cultivate some men. Let's cultivate some gentlewomen out here, and let's talk about some of the things that are taboo. Yeah, Val Venus is Canadian. Sorry, Val Venus, good friend of the show. We love Val Venus, man. We're gonna have actually just trying to get Val Venus, WWE superstar, on this panel. He's got a conflict of interest, but we're gonna get him back up here real soon. So yeah, shout out to Val Venus, man. He's that dude. All right, so let's put this out here, and I want to have some answers from the chat too. I'll be checking the chat, starting with you, Jamie. And Jamie, thank you for being patient. You're muted, by the way, so you're gonna have to unmute before you answer your question. And Jamie's got some juicy stories too. She may or may not share with us later, so we'll see. We'll tease that for later. But let's start real basic here, guys. What do you guys think about a first date location? Jamie, for you, what would be an acceptable first date location? What would be a not acceptable? Like, even if the guy, let's just say the guy's above average, you know what I'm saying? As far as looks, intelligence, from the first glance, of course.
I prefer to meet somebody out in public. Obviously, there's a lot of weirdos in this world nowadays. Well, do you mind? Can I actually ask Jeremy a question real quick?
I do not mind at all.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi.
So my 10-year-old is diagnosed with autism, and he's 10. He was diagnosed at 2. Yeah. My question, you're in Canada?
Yeah.
Do you guys, do they still have Asperger's as a diagnosis up there?
No, it's just considered autism now.
Right.
As
Okay.
one
I didn't know
thing.
if it was any different, but I just want to
Yeah.
tell you, it gives me hope. Like, my son's really high functioning. He's super smart. He's off his IEP now. He's on a 504 plan.
Yeah.
He's doing really good, but it gives me a lot of hope to see that, you're doing big things even with a diagnosis.
Mm.
So I just wanted to let you know what actually is the book about.
It's about my life story, the struggles and the things that went right up to this point in my life.
Okay. Because we haven't done medication or any of that other stuff, but it's something that we're thinking about.
Yeah.
I know that typically autism comes with, a bunch of other diagnoses, but
It
like I
does.
was telling Will, his biggest thing, he wants to be a YouTuber. So he thinks that this is so cool that I'm on here with you guys right now. He's right here in the background. Logan,
Your
say
mom's
hi.
famous, Logan.
He thinks
You're
this
gonna
is
live
super
off that
cool. He's
residual.
trying to have his own YouTube channel and stuff. So
I want to have my own YouTube channel.
I know.
They won't let me record videos anymore.
So anyways, I just wanted to tell you thank you, because for parents like me and stuff to see, that somebody that has a diagnosis is actually, a functional part of society and doing something good with their lives, just makes me all that more like excited to see what Logan's going to do.
Hell yeah, man.
So we'll definitely check out your book.
Yeah,
guys.
It's a good read.
On that note, guys, the links are in the description to check out his book. Make sure you check it out. And the links are on the screen, in the description, in the chat. Go over there, please purchase the book, because this is how we support people. I mean, you could easily spend $20 at Domino's and think nothing of it. A giant evil multi-million-dollar corporation that is going to serve you genetically modified trash, which will instantly regret. Or you could learn something dope and support somebody that is telling you something outside the mainstream. I mean, the choice is pretty easy for you guys. So if you don't check out that book, you're literally a neo-Nazi. Okay, so that's my final statement on that. Now let's go.
Literally.
I'm not being hyperbolic at all here.
I agree with you.
As George Bush famously said, you're either with us or you're with the terrorist. Okay, so let's pick your side, guys. And I wanted the chat to answer this too, guys. What's the? We'll start with Jamie here. First date locations. What are good first date locations? What are bad first locations? And Yum, I want to say thank you very much for purchasing J. Michael Springman's book, U.S. Diplomat. We had him on the other day. He's a true hero and a true warrior. Thank you very much, Yum. You're amazing. Thank you very much. But yeah, let's talk about first dates. Because it's the scale, right? Because obviously, if I pull up and I'm like, so trying to supersize, you're gonna be like, all right, get away from me, right? But then there's other people who say, oh well, a tea. Well, a tea's cheap, or I'm saying, or dinner. Does it have to be this expensive? How do you feel about flowers? What's your opinion?
So I just like to meet in public for the first time. There's some guys that want to, like you say, and roll up to your house and they think they're going to get in your bed and snuggle with you and all this other weird stuff. But like, I'm not having any of that. We're going to meet somewhere in public first to make sure you're not like a serial killer.
Is there any place like that if somebody offered to take you on a date that you would not meet them in public? Like if someone asked you to go to like, hey, let's go to Taco Bell or something like that. Is there something that's like that, even if you like the dude at first and you seem like he had it, like something that you were looking for, is there something that is like even below the line? I mean, what's your take on that?
For me in general, I'm not like bougie at all. So Taco Bell would be cool with me. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even know what to do if I went somewhere super expensive. I know that's what a lot of girls are looking for, but I could care less, honestly, about where we go the first time. I have a bar right down the street. It's a bar restaurant that I usually have people meet me at because it's nice and close to my house in case I need to, split out of there. But I could care less, honestly, like how much it costs or whatever.
What about you, Jeremy? Any if you're planning to take somebody out on a first date, do you have any go-tos? Do you have any things that you like? Any
coffee shops are my go-tos.
And why is that?
You can usually get a coffee, sit down, and have a comfortable conversation and get to know the person. And it's not overly expensive. It's in public.
Yeah, I think that's a good point because nowadays it's not like when our grandparents were dating when girls would just be talking to one dude and dating them. Now girls and guys, we're talking to multiple people. So when I'm hesitant to like, I'm not going to take somebody to the Capitol Grill Steakhouse. First of all, I'm a vegan, but on the first date anyways. I won't necessarily skimp it. I have done coffee, and I think coffee is a good thing. Some girls will be like, coffee, that good. I don't want to meet you anyways. You know what I'm saying? If you can't, if you don't want to, because I feel like it's a little crazy to pay for a whole bunch, just a bunch of first dates that are really nice. Because back in the days, guys would show up to their first date. It would be a nice thing because they're actually caring about this girl. They actually saw they're courting them. And so what do you think about flowers, Jamie? What would you think if a guy brought you flowers? Because I've heard a lot of females in this new age, I've heard them on video saying it's corny if a guy brings you flowers the first date. What do you think if a guy brings you flowers the first date in 2024?
I mean, I'm kind of old school, so that's the type of stuff that like I'm looking for, as opposed to like, you know, somebody that just wants to hook up your first date and all that kind of stuff. That's not cute to me. And that seems to be like what this generation of dating is like. It's actually pretty disgusting to be honest. It's like everybody just wants to have sex. Nobody wants to, you know, get to know anybody or work through things because they feel like they have so many options because of social media and stuff. It's actually pretty discouraging, to be honest. I've had a very tough time. Like you said, I got some juicy stories, but I would have much rather have gotten flowers on a first date than, you know, the things that have happened to me before. Jeremy,
what do you say, man? There's a girl and you talk to her a little bit. You kind of like her. You think she's, you know, because the difference between guys and girls is guys, when we go, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, and I'll go to the chat in a sec, right? But guys, when we go on a first date, we're looking for reasons to say, yes, she is the one. And girls are looking for reasons to say, no, he's not the one, right? Would you agree with me on that, guys?
Not me.
Jamie? No? So Jamie, when you're going, because girls do this thing typically, which is referred to as shit testing or testing boundaries, and they'll kind of fuck with the guy a little bit just to see like where are my boundaries? Does he have confidence? If I make a little joke at him, is he gonna be mad? Is he gonna get tight? You know what I'm saying by that?
I do. But in my experience, the only way that guys really test you is to see if you're gonna sleep with them or not. So like from my perspective, it's a little bit different.
Sure. So now let's go back to Jeremy too. So you got a chick, you like her, she seems like a decent chick. Are you bringing flowers on that first date?
That's a hard one.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I don't know whether I would. Second date maybe, but first that.
And it's different in Canada too. It's really cool in Canada because people in Canada are extremely friendly. I've been to Canada a few times, maybe 2 or 3 times, and whether it's asking for directions or trying to hit on a girl or just a random question, no matter what, the people will fucking, it's not like New York City. If you're in Toronto, you're in Montreal, the people will stop right in front of you and look at you. And they'll let you spit your game or ask a question. And they'll be like, well, I don't know where that is. And they'll just walk away. And the girls will sit there, they'll be engaged, be like, oh, that's great. Well, oh, no, thank you. I'm not interested, but I just sat here for 30 minutes to let you talk. The people in Canada are so nice. And we are joined by none other than Denver Metro motherfucking audits in this bitch, Denver and Denver's dog. Welcome to the screen, my bro.
Hey, what's up, bro? Thanks for having me. I got Loaf here with me. He wanted to sit on my lap.
Oh! Yeah, DMA is an activist extraordinary. What's that? Oh, right there.
This is my new merch. It's well, I don't know if you know what this is. This is actually the folder from what was it? God, dude, how can I not remember? It's not Fairfield. You guys remember when AFA got smacked in the face with a folder?
I do remember that. I don't remember where it is, but I do remember that. Yes.
I think it's Fairfield. Well, that's what this is from. But this is my new logo right here. It's a little name badge. Hello, my name.
It says hello, my name is right there. What does it say underneath it? I don't have an LD, pleasure to meet you, and ID, pleasure to meet you. Yeah. So if anybody doesn't know Jeremy and Jamie, DMA is a philosopher. He is an activist. He is a dating expert, and he is a law of attraction expert as well. He's a metaphysical guru. But one of the things that he does out of the large spectrum of things that he does is cop watching and First Amendment auditing. He's done that for several years, as have I. And it's really interesting. Great point, Brandon Mitchell. Dogs really melt a woman's heart. It's true. That does help. And not only that, it helps a woman see that you can take care of things outside yourself. I can't take care of myself. I don't got no motherfucking dog yet. There'd be hair everywhere. So that's the next thing. I'll get a girlfriend after I work on a plant and then a dog. But DMA will tell you, every cop, and you guys see my videos. Yeah, hey, what's your name and badge, sir? You'd be like, it's right here. It's right here. It's right here. They always say it's right here. It's right here. And what do I say in my videos? Oh, what about people that are illiterate or neurodiverse or have trouble with vision? For the sake of the video, is that what? And then I say, would you say that to a judge? It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. What if I did that to people? It's right here. You can't do that. People are weird. So yeah, how do we purchase your merch, DMA?
My merch store is linked in my about section. YouTube, they changed it, so like right underneath where it says Denver Metro Audits, there's like a little like greater than little logo thing, and you hit that and it brings all my links up there, and you can check my merch store out there, or it's in a description of any video. So
guys, go over there, buy some merch, let them know that the fakest of all Michael sent you, because we need to grow our own economy. Like I always say, Child Protective Services, they lose and kill more kids than they're supposed to save. The people that are supposed to pave the roads the people that are supposed to protect our rights, they're spying on it. Everything that the government is supposed to do, they're doing a shit job at it. So we got to do it ourselves, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, he's got the anonymous mask on in the background. Yo, check it out, because DMA got it right there too. I got mine in my car.
Oh, Logan, come look.
Yeah,
Yo, Logan.
That one says, "We the people see the truth." Actually, and that's actually on my banner too. This part right here. That's my banner.
Look at what he's got in his background.
Oh, no!
I'm going to get mine when I run for a pee break. I'm going to go to my car and get mine too. That's awesome. Everyone go check out Denver Metro Auto. So no, Denver, since you joined us, I'll let you get in on the first dating question that we had. And also, DMA, this is Jamie. And also Jeremy. Jeremy has a book, which is in the description. I'm going to put it back on screen for all the folks here. It's called Kicking Assbergers, One Meltdown at a Time. It's the true story of his life, dealing with the medical tyrants, dealing with problems within the medical system, and regaining and retaining his sanity the whole way around. And I think it's a really cool book for anybody that's on the spectrum, or anybody that knows anybody that's on the spectrum, because it gives you a firsthand perspective of what it's like to be in that position, and the struggles that come along with it. And these aren't the ordinary struggles that people would typically associate with it. These are things that you wouldn't understand, you wouldn't know. And I think this reading this book and sharing this book will help make the world a better place. And that's the goal of Fake Mike Real News. We're trying to create a more altruistic world through nonviolence and the Socratic method. So help a motherfucker out. Links in the description, links on the screen, links in the channel. Go check all of that stuff out for sure. And
Well, I'm curious, Jeremy, is there anything about dating struggles with Asperger's in that book?
I don't know. I didn't really get into that, but it has been a struggle.
I mean, it's a struggle for people that don't have a diagnosis, believe me.
Yeah.
But I mean, my little boy's girl crazy right now, and he's only 10. I was just wondering if there was anything in there about your experiences with dating.
No, I didn't get into that. Maybe I'll do that in the next book.
Yeah, definitely. That would be something interesting to read, especially for parents like me that have, a kid on the spectrum or.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's saying in the chat right now. They're saying that sounds like book 2 right now. That sounds like a sequel right now. And by the way, Jamie, your 10-year-old, he should be playing with Ninja Turtles, not dating girls yet. Wait till he's 14. All right. Good luck.
But he's cute. He's so cute. It's so hard for the girls to stay away from him.
I'm going to throw this out to the panel here real quick. So I was talking about first date location. If you can expand upon that, and DMA, and also if you can expand upon first date location and then flowers on a first date, yes or no?
Okay. Yeah. So first date, I guess it kind of depends on how well I know you. So I'm not going to invest a whole bunch. Like, I'm not taking you to a fancy ass dinner or something like that on a first date if I don't really know you. Now, if I've known you for a while, or we've built some rapport and I've got to know you before our first date, I might take you on a fancy dinner. But if I just like met you and it's we talked for 5 minutes and then we had like maybe a little text conversation or something like that, I'm not taking you to a fancy dinner. Maybe I'll take you to like the park, or like we'll go get a coffee or something like that, some place where you can kind of sit and like just get to know each other. That's really what first dates to me are about, is to get to know the person. A lot of people want to take people on like, oh, dinner and a movie. That's like the worst thing you can do. Like, the dinner's good, but like the movie is terrible. Like, movies are good for like your girlfriend, right? You already know her, you want to just chill and like spend some good time. But like a movie, you're not talking, you're not getting to know the person. So for me, I think just anywhere you can go. It doesn't have to be super expensive. And if a girl's like, oh, you're not going to take me to Del Frisco's, well then you don't want to date that girl anyway. This is a red flag. Just weed them out right away. So that's what I would do. I wouldn't spend a whole bunch of money, because you don't want to invest too much if she's not even the girl for you, unless you got it like that. But even then, you can kind of like gauge that too. Like, even if you do got it like that, like my uncle, he used to pick girls up in his Ferrari, and like, if you would take them somewhere not so fancy and they get all butthurt about it, well, then he'd be like, okay, well then there you go. That's my sign right there. This is no second date. So, and then the flowers thing is kind of the same thing. I mean, I've done the flowers thing before, but I don't think it's like, I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. You don't want to seem like too try hard. You know what I mean? That's kind of how flower seems to me. Not that you don't want to be chivalrous. Like, you still want to open the door and, stuff like that. But like, you open doors for women because you're a gentleman, not because she's a woman. Right. And so that's the thing. You want to just always be a gentleman. But like, I mean, you could do flowers. I don't think it's bad to do flowers on a first date. Like, some people in like today's day and age, they might think it's kind of cheesy, but I don't think so. Just whatever you think. You don't think you have to. Maybe a second date would be like even better. Like, if a second date, I think, like, because she likes you enough and you like her enough to do the second date, I think that'd probably be a better option.
Yeah, I think you're totally right about that. I think you guys have a great date on the first date and you hit it off, and you might hit her with some flowers. What do you say about that, Jamie? What do you?
Yeah, so honestly, I don't know. I might be a little creeped out if I got flowers on the first date, like he's saying. Maybe if things went well and you have a second date, it might be a little bit more appropriate. But I haven't really had any such luck with going on more than one date. I mean, I recently got flowers from somebody just because I was having a bad day, which was kind of nice, but it was way more than the first date. So, it's nice to feel appreciated and just like somebody cares enough to, but yeah, the first date, I don't know. I think I'd be kind of creeped out.
Yeah, for me, sometimes I don't even know I'm on a first date.
Jeremy, let's elaborate on that. What does that mean?
I've had women ask me to go for coffee, and at the end of it, they asked whether I'd be their girlfriend. I didn't even know I was on the first date. It was
That's pretty cool, man.
Okay.
Well, Jeremy, I've never even gone for coffee, so you're doing better than me. It's always been, alcohol drinks, not coffee.
Yeah.
The best of both worlds is if you guys have an Irish coffee. I haven't drank coffee in over a year now, but bro, Irish coffee would be a perfect way for me to ruin a first date. I'll just get hyped up. I want to shut the fuck up. And I'm like, did you know? In 1893, the Royal Institute of International Affairs, and it would be no. I'm Harry Cat. I just realized I'm Harry Cat. I'm Harry. One time I ate 12 hot dogs. I didn't even. So Jamie, being a female in 2024, I'm sure. I mean, it's crazy, right? Because let's talk about this, right? And I've asked a few people that have been on the panel this before too, and I probably asked you this in private before too. I asked all females that I know this. What are the most common, best, worst, and craziest pickup lines that you have gotten in real life in DMs?
God. So I ride a motorcycle, which is not typical for a lot of females, but the worst pickup line I've ever gotten is, you know, oh shit, you ride a bike, I'll let you ride my face. Like, come on, you can't come up with something better than that. Like, let's be honest.
That's pretty lame. That's really lame. That's worse than did it hurt? When
It's
you fell from the
disgusting.
sky?
Yeah.
Like, bro, really,
It's
bro?
just, it's absolutely disgusting. I just feel like so violated and disrespected every time somebody says that, because I'm just like, wow, that's just the lamest shit you could have ever said. The best pickup line, I don't really know if there's ever been a best pickup line. Like, I'm pretty good at having conversations with people, even if they just text you with hey. I'm usually pretty good about being able to just talk to somebody. I haven't really come across anybody that I'm like, oh wow, that was a good one. It hasn't really happened for me yet.
What's the most typical thing that if you're approaching real life or in the digital atmosphere, what is the most typical thing that someone's going to say to you? They're going to be like, hey sexy, or hey yo, what does the approach in real life look like, and the approach that's most typical in the digital sphere look like for you?
So either like, you're beautiful, I love your tattoos, you know, because I'm covered in tattoos, or I love your bike. It's always something about either, you know, the tattoos or the bike is literally 100% of the time what they always approach me with, like on dating sites and stuff like that. Which again, it's lame. I don't know.
No, I don't think it's lame. I think that's we were talking about last time. That's the women. That's a women version of peacocking. You're giving the men something to approach you about, right?
Right.
So like if you have the tattoos, that's a good opener for them. It's something like they can just say, you know, like instead of hey, I like your earrings, I can say I like your tattoos, or like, you know, keep moving with that and stuff. But I had a question. What kind of bike do you ride?
I have a ZX6. I'm getting kind of old. I'm getting kind of old for that shit, though. I think it's time to upgrade from a crotch rocket. My back is not what it used to be.
Oh no, stick with the crotch rockets.
I don't know, but not to brag, guys, I got a mongoose and it's blue. So if you guys ever want to prowl with the big daddy,
you want to race them?
I want to get a Gixxer.
That was my first bike.
Was it? I say I've never really, like, I've ridden bikes before, like dirt bikes and stuff, but I've never rode a crotch rocket, like a fast one. But I wanted to start out with like a 600, and I know even that's kind of a lot of bike to handle for your first bike. But I'm not going to start with something else and then upgrade to it.
You can't get a 250, please, because
no. I'm going to start with a 600.
When I took my riding class, half of I was probably the only chick in the class 20 years ago, and 90% of the class couldn't even keep the 250 on two wheels. They were dumping it, and I mean, it was embarrassing.
We got to pause real quick for a couple of reasons. One, the link to Jeremy's book, Kicking Assbergers, is in the description. Go over there and purchase it now, or you are a literal neo-Nazi. 2, like, share, and subscribe to the video. 3, Jamie, first of all, I didn't notice how well coordinated you were before you started talking. First of all, you got the purple shirt with the purple wristband and the purple nails with the two-tone. Can you show the people at home the nails? Those are fire.
How about my motorcycle? My motorcycle's purple and black, and my Jeep is purple and white. So I'm all about. Listen, I got the Jordan 1s that match the sweatshirt too. Oh shit! Look at you.
We're gonna send you a fake Mike snapback too, purple and black to match.
I need that. Listen, I'll rock that all day.
Okay. I will tell you what, and you are extremely well coordinated. I'll give you credit here. I honestly planned this live stream because I hate my mom, and I was just gonna take it all out on you. But you're so well coordinated, I'm gonna skip that. We'll do that next week. But seriously, yeah. So we talked about that. Okay, so let me ask you one more question before we move on, Jamie. Too. It's big shout outs to Logan, future YouTuber. I'm gonna be living on his couch in the future. I'll be like, remember me. Hey, Logan. I want to ask you, 2, 3, 5 guys approach you, not at the same time, but they're all about the same intelligence. They're all about the same looks. What is the difference between the one guy that approaches you and doesn't get your number and the guy that does get your number? Because everyone's going to approach you with something, but then there's this little space here. There's a space that you're feeling out like, okay, is this guy awkward? Is he lacking confidence? Is he going to say the wrong thing? Because it's tough enough for a guy to go up to a girl in the first place. And then you got to figure out what to say to this chick. Hey, so how about the Knicks? You know what I'm saying? So what is it about that magical space right there that determines if we're going on a date or not with Jamie?
So like if it's on social media or like the dating sites or any of that, like a lot of the guys just like to hit you with the hey, like, okay, like what else am I going to say to that? So
I'm going
somebody
to pause everybody right now, and I'm going to go back to Jamie. Hey, if you're haying people in your inbox, I've looked at girls' inboxes. They all say hey. They all say, hey, you're not going to get a response. I mean, luckily you have some sweethearts. Their people will respond to you, but it's an infinitesimal amount of people that respond. If you're a guy, don't say, hey, hi, hey, beautiful, hey, sexy. Don't start with that. We'll give you some best practices after the fact, but don't say, hey, hi, hey, nice ass. Not good. Not going to work.
Listen, I work real hard on my ass. Well, you know, I do legs twice a week at the gym. So if somebody's talking about my ass, that's kind of flattering to me.
I thought you were old school.
Well, I am, but I also work my ass off in the gym. So that's another thing I usually put in my dating profile.
Caught you in a lie.
Come on. I am old school. I'm not.
Nope. That's not the lie I caught you in. The lie I caught you in is you said you had an ass, and then you said you worked it off in the gym. Which one is it?
It means I work my ass off in the gym to have a fat ass. You know what I mean? So if somebody's, you know, not just being a pig, but genuinely like, you know, a gym guy that knows when you work on, you know, your quads and your glutes.
What if I was like,
by the way, Will, these are the ones that match the sweatshirt I have on right now.
Yo, fresh. You're fresh as hell.
Listen, sneakers is a big thing for me too. If you approach me and your sneakers look like shit, I'm not even going to talk to you.
Yeah, a lot of girls are like that.
A lot of girls are like that, bro.
But you should see my collection, though. Listen, I'm probably a bigger sneakerhead than half of the guys out there. So, like I'm saying, you approach me in like some Walmart shoes, I'm not even entertaining it.
I'm gonna go back to Jamie. But Denver Metro artists hit on it, and it's very important. Girls will look at your shoes, not just to size up but they're gonna look at your shoes because that's indicative of how you care for yourself, right?
Yes, and your teeth.
And your teeth.
If you're missing teeth.
Sorry, I am. Hey, but listen, not only that, girls will sit there and look and disqualify you because of your sneakers. At the same time, they'd be wearing some scuffed up dirty ass Air Force Ones.
Not me, boy. Not me. I'm not wearing scuffed up Air Forces, though.
Jeremy, am I right? I know you're not. You're the exception to the rule. That's why I complimented you. I don't throw a compliment easily. I have great taste. Jeremy, am I right? Do girls in Canada, they'll wear a dress, they'll wear a great outfit, and then at the bottom you look down and there's some shitty Air Force Ones. Does that happen in Canada too? Denver Metro artists, you guys know what I'm talking about here?
I've never experienced that, but I have seen girls judge. This one girl was judging my homeboy on his shoes, saying, "Oh, those look like spaceman shoes. You can't holler at me. I don't know what kind of shoes you got." Oh yeah. You definitely got it. That kind of looks like my closet too.
Listen, this is only what's in my room right now, though.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous. So your shoe game's got to be on point, or else forget it.
So my shoe game used to be more on point. I used to have a pair of shoes like to match every outfit. Like I had some green Dunks for like my green stuff, and I got my red Adidas shell toes, and then I got all these shoes. But then what happened actually is, and my shoes last forever, like the last like 10 years plus, because I don't wear them all the time because I have so many, and then I take care of them. I clean them, all that. So like, but what happened is actually I grew a whole shoe size. So I figured out what happened actually is when you get older, your feet start to flatten. So since I lost some arch in my shoes, my foot got flatter, which means my foot got longer. So it's actually like a double negative because since my foot got flatter, I lost a full inch in height, and I gained a whole shoe size.
That's wild.
So I had to throw a ton of shoes away. Actually, I have a whole bunch of shoes at Sweet Tea's house right now. And I told her I don't even want those anymore. Just like throw them away or something. It sucks because like now I'm like got to redo my shoe collection, I guess, essentially. But like some of my shoes, like I can still wear, but like they're still kind of tight. So, but I usually just buy like, you know, the typical like black and white because like it goes with everything. So I'm not like super gangster like I used to be, like your stuff. But I feel you on that. You want to have a good shoe game for sure. I like that.
Absolutely. I own way more sneakers than heels. I can tell you what. Not everybody can deal with me.
Interesting. Yeah, no, it's cool because you're a cool mix of both. And I bet you a problem that you run into a lot is, and it has nothing to do with your masculinity. because every human being has a balance of male and female within them. And what the true esoteric alchemists say is, once you find a perfect balance, then you're like a chief soul. But you're not even masculine at all. But the fact that men are not masculine, it must really fucking take a whole bunch of guys out. Because me, I'm not saying this to brag, but I'm not the world's biggest, tallest guy. I'm 5'8", and I'm more masculine than half these.
Listen, I'm 5'2", and I could probably whoop half of these men's asses. Like, I feel like we're just raising a bunch of bitches at this point. And like you're saying, like, everybody wants a strong woman until they get one. You know what I mean? And then it's a different story, because these men are just, I mean, it's just ridiculous. This whole dating scene is just embarrassing, to be real with you.
Yeah, well, I don't think men really want strong women. Like, you're right that we're being groomed basically to like be feminine men, and it's like the norm now, right? And they want that. And there's lots of stuff. They've been doing this for decades, right? So like the testosterone levels have decreased significantly. Like in the 30s, the average testosterone level used to be 2,000 nanograms per deciliter. Now it's 700 nanograms per deciliter. So what they do instead of, and a lot of men have even less than that, like 250. So, you know, there's a lot of hormone replacement therapy going on. So, but what happens is, like, instead of fixing the problem, like, hey, how come we went from 2,000 to 700? Let's fix this. What they do is they just lowered what's normal. So they want that. They want, this is all by plan, right? By big government and the fourth branch of government that kind of wants to stay in control. They want docile people to just go with the flow. But anyways, there is definitely more feminine men that, you know, they're not assertive, they're not alpha at any means, you know. That's definitely obvious. But I don't think men want a bad bitch or whatever, like an alpha woman. I really don't. I think the majority of men they want a submissive woman. You know what I mean? Like,
but don't they say like a real man is what makes a woman submissive? Because, you know, like the guy that I've been seeing for the last couple of weeks, like, for example, I'm so independent, and, you know, I had my first kid when I was 16, and, you know, I've been on my own for a long time. I have a 24-year-old son. Even like taking out my own garbage, like I have a hard time allowing somebody to do that for me, because I've always been forced to, you know, do that kind of shit for myself, because the men don't step up. Now, the guy that I've been talking to the last couple of weeks is like, can you just let me take your trash out? You know, and I have a real hard time accepting that, because that's not the norm anymore. The guys don't want to do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy.
People should do that kind of stuff. Like, I believe in gender roles, and I think that men should take on those roles, take out the trash. And like sometimes with like Sweet Tea, like she'll be like taking out the trash or like bringing in those big 5-gallon water jugs. And like, I'm like, wait, well, let me do that for you. Like sometimes she's so independent too that she doesn't really let me do that. But I agree with
that. Since you're an expert, do you believe that when a man acts like a man, it makes a woman more submissive?
Yeah, absolutely. And
I'm dying for that, literally.
There's some women though that like, they're just not submissive at all. It doesn't matter how alpha you are. At least maybe I don't know. That's just my personal experience. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just not alpha enough. I don't know. But there are some women that good, yeah, and that's what men want.
I've just learned you can't depend on anybody, because again, it's like a bunch of bitches. Like, I hate to keep saying that, but it's like, I'm gonna do what needs to be done better than them, because like I'm not gonna ask anybody for shit. You know what I mean? When I can do it on my own. Like, I don't need a man, I want a man. There's a difference.
Right, that's good. You should always fill your own cup first, right? And like,
right, but how many women do?
Oh, women are actually less likely to fill their own cup first, because women are always looking for someone to take care of them. Like men, like what women have, like that makes them attractive to men is like something they're born with, right? Like their looks, like their replication value. And like what men have is something that's earned, right? So like men, like usually when men and women get together, like in their early 20s and they get married, the woman is marrying the man because of his potential, right? The man is marrying the woman because of what she already has, and she can, you know, she can take care of the house while I'm working. She can like do all these things, right? You don't have to like work at it. But the man, he can't just like usually women want men for like, they want them to provide for them. They want them to be the breadwinner. They want them to, if the woman's working, they want the man to make more money than she does at least. And so like that stuff doesn't just come, like that takes like 10 years or plus to like accumulate. And especially if you're doing career changes, you have to like work at that. So what a woman is looking for in a man usually is the potential of what she sees a man to be.
Which, yeah, I agree. I think that you're right. But I also think another huge problem nowadays is, again, people have too many options. So, like for me, for example, I was married for 8 years. You know, we have my 10-year-old together. We owned a house. He was military. You know, I would hold it down every time he went away, blah, 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 blah. Well, come to find out, you know, he's fucking the females in his unit. You know what I mean? So it's like, no matter how good of a woman you are, like that's all he did was provide. Literally, he wasn't a
All right,
husband.
let's talk about a controversial point. I want Jamie's perspective on this. This is probably over the last 2 years, I have shifted my focus. For 20 years, I was only focused on, I call it the revolution, but the fact that the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission, Jeffrey Epstein's buddies, and we're going to talk about that and Cat Williams coming up too. So stay tuned for that. Shit, I totally lost my. Someone in the comment calls me Sally Jesse Raphael, yo. Oh, Mexican Righteous, I love you, man. You're so funny, dog. God damn it, where was I going on this one? What were you just saying, Jamie? I'm sorry to interrupt, and I totally lost my train of thought.
About how he was just a provider. He was a shitty father.
Okay, so yeah, this is the controversial thing. Okay, so I've heard, and so I kind of, and I always stay in the revolution. That's my main topic. But over the last 2 years, I've delved into more making money, business, psychology, dating, personal, like development type shit. And the most controversial thing I've heard on all these panels, from the bootlickers over at Fresh and Fit to the whatever podcast, to Kevin Samuels, to Sadia Psychology, to all these dating gurus, is some of the men, and I want to hear what you have to think about this, Jamie. And I'm not going to say anything either way, at least not yet. But they say that a few of these people, not all of these people I just named, but Fresh and Fit is one of them. They will say that if men and women cheat differently, they will say that a man, if he cheats, it wouldn't be just sexually. A man could go out and have sex with his woman. I'm not saying I condone or disagree with this theory, but I'm curious to hear people's perspectives in the chat. I'll be checking too. A man is not cheating on you if he has sex with a woman. A man only starts cheating on you if he starts providing and protecting for another woman. But whereas a woman, because men in a relationship, they look for three things, in my opinion, if I could sum it down. They look for looks, they look for loyalty, and they basically just don't be an annoying douchebag, right? You know what I'm saying? Looks and loyalty are really the only two main things that men look for. They want a woman to be sexually exclusive to them. Whereas women look more for protecting and provisioning, and they care about looks as well too, but they're less important to a female than it is a man. So what would you say to that, Jamie? If you had a high value guy, like who's your celeb? Let's even jump over a couple questions here. Let's actually, we're gonna get to Jeremy and DMA on this too. But who is, like, if you could, who's your celebrity crush? Like anybody in the world, with celebrity or non-celebrity, if you could be one, who's the hottest person in the world to Jamie?
I don't really know, now that you're putting me on the spot. I don't really
Oh, come on. Okay, we're gonna start with me, and then we're gonna go to Jeremy. Okay, mine right now, okay, first of all, is I know Holly Berry's a little old. Holly Berry back in the day for sure.
Yeah,
And then Baby Miko. Baby Miko, call me. I sent you like 4 DMs, bitch. Holla at me. Holla at me. Jeremy, who's your celebrity crush? Jeremy, who is somebody that you would drop everything to be with?
No, I don't know. That's a
Hey, I'm glad I'm not the only one, Jeremy.
You guys are liars. DMA, who's your celebrity? And if you're dating somebody right now, you don't have to answer this question.
No, I'll answer it.
Yeah.
I mean, Sweet Tea is a celebrity, kind of, right? Like she's a public figure, so I mean, I guess I kind of like got my
You guys are a power couple. You guys
yeah.
are a power couple. Okay, I shouldn't
Yeah.
ask you that question. Sorry. It's just I felt left out because Jeremy and Jamie over here lying like they don't have a celebrity crush. Like get out of here, bro. Get out of here. I'll show you. I'll tell you what. Shout outs to Good Guy Audits, man. Good Guy Audits be sending me like the dopest reels on Instagram. Some be like funny as hell. Maybe even we'll pull some of them up. And some of them just be some of these hot chicks. They'll be like they'll have the cutest little eyes and they'll have the and I'll be like. So you guys say, oh, I don't know. There's got to be somebody out there. Okay, Mexican
I think they all have their own issues too. Like, I don't know. I have a hard time.
All right, let's just say looks. Let's say looks wise, or looks or finance wise. And Mexican Righteous says Jennifer Lawrence. She's okay. What was that girl? Jennifer Connelly. I saw a video when I was like 9 or 10 years old when this movie came out, The Rocketeer, and Jennifer Connelly in that movie. Boom, 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 boom. It was like, oh God, my tongue rolls out and I'm like hearts in the eyes. Gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous and classy. Love it. Jennifer Lawrence.
I mean, Ben Affleck is hot, but in real life, like, would he be somebody that I want to fuck with? I'm not really sure.
Why not? He's hot, but what's the thing about him you don't like? And yeah, Deanna's saying Jennifer Lawrence is beautiful, but Sweet Tea is a little more beautiful. Yeah, probably correct. Well, yeah. So what's the thing about Ben Affleck you don't like? He's in Boston. I got coffee. I'm a famous superstar, dude. I'm wicked hot. What do you don't like about Ben Affleck?
Because what if he's a piece of shit in real life? Like, I don't know. I don't know him in real life.
He is.
I'm done with these pieces of shit.
Because him and Ben Affleck, him and Matt Damon were guess who was their primary employer over the last 20, 30 years?
Who?
The Weinstein Group.
So listen, here's the thing. To me, I don't give a shit about money. That's the thing. At this point in my life, I'm 41 years old. I just want to be treated good. I don't give a shit if you're broke. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about money to me. It never has been, but definitely not now. Like, I take care of myself. I don't need somebody to take care of me.
Let me ask you something though.
Yeah.
You say it's not about money and you take care of yourself, and that's great. So let's say, you got your own money and stuff, and you meet a guy and like he's good and you like his personality and stuff, but let's say, he lives below the poverty line. Are you willing to take this man and like kind of like basically subsidize this man to bring him into your life based on his personality?
So subsidize him? Probably not. But what I would want to do is like support him in a way where he can better his life, so that if it's somebody that I want to be with, we can be like equal. Like, I'm not trying to take care of a grown ass man either. But I would definitely want to see that person succeed so that we can build together. And again, I feel like that's the problem today, is that instead of people building and struggling with each other, they move on to the next person because there's so many people available on social media and all that shit that, I don't know, people just think that it's greener everywhere else, and it's really not. Like, you move on from one train wreck to the next. I think like at this point, with everybody being as fucked up as they are, and everybody's got issues, like, you need to pick your train wreck and roll with it. You know what I mean? You can't just be giving up on people because shit gets hard for one day. And that's how I feel like it is.
Well, hold on. You said that it's not about the money for me though, right? That's what you said. And so, but then you said, well, I wouldn't subsidize him. But that's the thing, is that a lot of men will subsidize a woman.
But by
a man will date a woman who's a bum working at McDonald's and just makes minimum wage because she's beautiful, and he will take care of her because she's bringing that replication value. So,
but see, I don't know. I wouldn't want that. I don't want somebody to take care of me. I want somebody to build with. Like, I want to be like an equal with, and you know what I mean? Like, I want to own a house again someday, which, I sold in my divorce and all that stuff. Like,
pause.
I'm not trying to.
Let's talk about this, because I want to help people. I want to help people. And while I do attempt to help people here, put your celebrity crush in the chat. This is some. I said I was going to do these and have fun. Brandon Mitchell's asking, how do you feel about marijuana, Jamie? So we'll come back to that too. We're gonna ask Jeremy first. We're gonna go back to Jeremy first, and then we'll go ahead to Jamie. And I want this to be fun, but also I promise I would sprinkle a little bit of truth in here. Jamie brought up home ownership. In almost every state, and I believe every state, there's something called an FHA home loan, and you can put an infinitesimal, a very small fraction of the entire price of that house down. And I would recommend you doing that. I would recommend looking up the BRRR method. And I would say to you guys, let's just say hypothetically, there's me and Yum. Let's just say Yum. I don't know if Yum's a man or a woman. I think he's actually. I don't know what Yum is. But let's just say me and Yum got married. Cool. Let's just say me and Yum had a relationship. Before we got married, I would take out my own FHA loan. She or he would take out their FHA loan, and we would get it. We get 3 or 4 family houses. We'd be still paying the same amount for rent as we would be paying for, mortgage as we would for rent. And then we actually own an asset, and then we're renting out the 2 or 3 other floors. I will expand and extrapolate upon that. I've got a new economics channel coming out later. So stay tuned for that. Jeremy's book, thank you very much, Brandon Mitchell, is in the description. Everyone go and check out Jeremy's book. Jeremy's book, man, how do you feel about it's legal out there in grand old blackface Trudeau's Great North? How do you feel about the cannabis?
Are you talking to me?
I'm starting with Jeremy.
Oh, sorry.
I think it's probably a good thing because the police weren't really doing anything about the illegal cannabis sales anyways. They weren't putting anybody in jail for it, so why put all that expense of arresting people? Just make it legal and go with the flow. It seems like a way better system.
Is it legal in Canada or no?
It is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
We in my town alone, there's like 6 stores that sell it.
It's
and
crazy too.
Parties like brownies, gummies, you name it, you can get it.
Do you occasionally utilize marijuana, my friend? I should say cannabis there, Jeremy?
I have.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting too because I really shouldn't say this on my channel right here. I'm not going to say this. I'm not going to say that. But let's just say there are some medical aspects to cannabis that are super dope. And Jamie, yes, the chat is wondering what's your take on the cannabis?
So I'm a little bit of a hater because I'm a bus driver. So I have a DOT card and I'm not allowed to smoke. And I kind of wish that I could because I really think it would help my anxiety and I'd be able to sleep at night. But I got to be honest, like from when we were kids, I don't know how old you are, but like I'm 41. So when I was a kid, it didn't smell nearly as terrible as it smells now. I don't know what it is.
The THC levels are so much higher now than even when I first started smoking. I mean, I remember there's something that you can't even find now. It's called regs or Arizona or mids. They don't have them anymore.
Mids, yes.
Yep. I mean, now everything's like 30%, bro. And they got these dab pens. They're like, this is 98.9% Bob Marley's ashes. And I'm like, I'm coughing up my duodenum in my uterus. It's bad, right? So you definitely gotta get used to it. But let me say this too for the people out there. There's something called monkey piss. And it's not just something that Auditing America drinks when he can't find a female to abuse. It's a synthetic pee that will help you pass a drug test. And I can tell you where to buy it. You can smoke your balls off and they will never be none the wiser.
But let me ask you a question.
A fake penis.
Me being a school bus driver, so as somebody said in the chat, we had a drunk driving issue. Now we have a high driving issue. So exactly. So like I drive a school bus. You wouldn't want me driving your kids to school high, right? False.
It depends how you react. Because me, when I drive, if I drive high, it's like the same shit. Like when I first started smoking weed, like 20 something years ago, I was like, oh, we're at the beach. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, but they say it takes a lot longer to react when you're driving, right? So that's what I don't understand too. Like
when I'm high, whatever I'm doing it better. If I'm tearing up a buffet, I'm fucking that buffet. But if I'm having a philosophical conversation, I'm getting in that. If I'm driving, I'm.
But listen,
actually a better driver high.
If I want to smoke weed on my own time, that should be my choice, right? Yes. So the problem is that they can't distinguish between whether or not you're high when you're driving or if you got high over the weekend, which kind of sucks because
it does because it stays in your body.
And let me sleep at night, I feel like I should be able to, but unfortunately with a DOT card, they can even breathalyze you. So even tonight I've been drinking. If I had to go to work tomorrow, I'd be in big trouble. Because a CDL is 0.04. You know what I mean? Like I would literally lose my job. And to me, it's my business if I choose to smoke when I'm not on the clock. But unfortunately, they can't, distinguish the difference of when you actually did it because of how long it stays in your system.
Jamie, thank you. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Jamie, what's your Cash App? What is something that you want to help people? Do you have something that we can do? Because you first of all, you're super smart. You're super well put together. You're super well coordinated. Honestly, not to hate on you, and I kind of do this. I just have low expectations for people because I'm a realist, right? And you came in here, and honestly, you were like, "Oh, you're like, who me? What could I possibly know? What could I possibly talk about?" And then you solve the mystery of life. Okay, so what's your Cash App, and how can what do you want to promote right now? Everyone, like, share, and subscribe this video real quick too.
So my Cash App is, what is it? $Logan 920.
Logan 920, $Logan 920, Logan 920, Logan 920. Tell them that the fakest of all Mike sent you for the anonymous mask. And Scotty is saying he lives in Elliott, Maine. Yo, I used to live in New Hampshire. I used to go to that dispensary out there in Elliott, bro. I used to pay $50 for a goddamn ape. It was ridiculous. Now let's switch gears a little bit here. Let's start with Jeremy here, man. I did a stream recently about the latest Ghislaine Maxwell documents. People call it the Epstein list. It's not the Epstein list. It's Ghislaine Maxwell documents. Not to toot my own horn, but here on this channel, we were talking about Jeffrey, good old Jeffrey, for years before the mainstream knew who he was. We confronted several politicians, including Bill and Hillary Clinton, Michael Bloomberg, David Cicilline, Roy Blunt from Missouri, about their questionable affiliations with Epstein. Before the news, the mainstream news, knew who the fuck they were. And now we have all this information coming out. Jeremy, what's your take on these new documents and just Jeffrey Epstein in general, right? And what it says about, and we got Jamie's Cash App in the comments and on the screen here, guys, so please go support. Man, what does this say about the world when you got somebody like Jeffrey Epstein, who's connected to Weinstein, which connects to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon? He's connected to MIT, Harvard, academia. He's connected to artificial intelligence and Sophia the robot. He's connected to all these banking interests. He's connected to the Modern Museum of Art. He's connected to the Rockefellers, the trial. I mean, this is something that penetrates every aspect of our life. What's your take on, just in general, the revelation that Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were doing these crazy things, and it doesn't make a difference whether it's Trump or Clinton, really?
No, I think things are just getting really screwed up, and
it's screwed up, man. What do you think the people of in Canada in general? First of all, bro, we're gonna let me just ask you a completely random question, and we're gonna get to DMA and Jamie about this. But if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live, Jamie? I mean, not Jamie. Jeremy.
Probably where I'm living. The weather isn't bad. The government tends to treat you right.
I'm just kidding.
The weather isn't bad.
Yeah, we
In
get
Canada?
1 day of snow a year.
How many?
1 day of snow a year.
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but what part of Canada are you in that you only get 1 day of snow a year?
Vancouver Island, British Columbia.
Oh my God, bro! You live in Vancouver. Okay. What's the difference between Vancouver and Vancouver Island? I was this close to going to
Vancouver
Vancouver.
is a city on the mainland.
Yep.
Vancouver Island is an island that's 40 miles off the coast.
Hey Siri, what's the population of Vancouver Island?
800,000, I'd say, for the whole island.
Yeah, 775,000. Yeah, wow, bro, interesting. And if anybody that hasn't looked up Vancouver on just Google Images, look it up. It looks gorgeous. It's like Seattle without Bill Gates. You got mountains, you got skyscrapers. It looks super cool. I was this close to going to Vancouver, but I was in Seattle during the pandemic, and that they weren't going to let me have it. Logan, what you got in your hands, player?
Hey, he's got his laptop and he keeps asking for the link.
Yeah, I want to join. That's why.
He wants to join.
Well, I have StreamYard up.
He has StreamYard up, he's saying.
Mother.
Hang on.
Now, what is he doing? Why
I
is
don't
it so
know.
laggy? And Heather, why did you just grab
Will,
a
is
shot?
there a way that I can let Logan join?
Why don't you just send him the link from your email?
Okay. Let me do that because yeah, he's been asking for like 20 minutes and I keep blowing him off.
All right,
but
I just,
this-
you know, honestly, the thing is, I'm breaking a policy that I just created. I just created this policy, which is no minors.
All right, so another time maybe you could make an exception and do a
I'll tell you
thing.
what. I like Logan, and Logan is a YouTuber, and I'm gonna have to live on Logan's couch in the future, so I might as well put the work in. Let's let Logan come on. And
All right.
welcome to the stream, my good friend, my good auditor, my good guy. Activism, not a thing. And it's really cool to be joined by good guy,
Yeah.
because being good guy, honestly, just to let you guys know, we're becoming quick friends over here. He's sending me. I actually brought you up earlier, good guy. You're sending me the cool reels. You're sending me all these. Oh my gosh, some of these girls.
Hey,
Man.
good guy. I got a question for you, dude. How come you changed your name from audits to activism?
Good question, DMA. This is why DMA is going to take over this channel when I get rich enough.
Because for me, it became bigger than just audits. It's about the activism, and you know, I don't want to get categorized.
Can
in
I say
some-
something? I'm going to jump in here.
some
Honestly,
Rico
Denver
shit.
Metro Audits, you have a good name, but honestly, that name is not good enough for you. Like, you're way cooler than Denver Metro Audits. And the thing is, you've established yourself. You have well over 100,000 subscribers. You have millions and millions and millions and millions of views. But it's just like you're such worthy. Like you're better than me at pretty much everything. But Denver Metro Audits, man, we gotta change your fucking name. You're cooler than Denver Metro Audits. You should be like, yeah. He's saying he's a
I
humble guy.
gotta stick with it, man, because it's kind of like my trademark now. And like, if I were to like start a channel now, I probably would do something a little different than Denver Metro Audits. But like, it's just.
I just started a gaming channel.
Yo, just to let y'all know,
to
bro.
like pass time and shit.
And I would love to collaborate with all of you guys here on the
Because I
panel
don't
too.
sleep anyway.
But just to let you guys know, bro, I got a few different channels coming out, so y'all better be ready to like, share, and subscribe to these motherfuckers because we hitting them off. Where's my stuff? We got the white.
You're guaranteed 1 subscriber.
Look, thank you, GGA. Look, you're not only an
It's the
activist.
first time you ever called me GGA.
I know.
Funny.
We're falling in love right before we're having a dating panel when we're falling in love. Oh my god. Hey, you're a male model. Put your camera on so the ladies, the 6% of females that watch can like, share, and subscribe. So we got some new shows coming out. We got the White Kevin Samuels. That's going to be a channel coming out. Maybe DMA and DGA can help me out with that one there. We're going to have a geography channel because I'm a big geography nerd. We're going to have an economics channel. We got a new audit channel. We got a fashion channel, of course, because I'm the world's foremost fashion expert. And that's why I was so able to diagnose how perfectly that Jamie matches. And Jeremy's got a fire ass hoodie on right there too. He's got the Canada, the Great North. That's a quality, high quality shit. Oh, see now, look at those sexy eyes. Okay. Oh my God, he's about to rape me, and I like it because he's got those beautiful blue eyes. Okay, so it's not rape. All right. Economics. We got a man on the street called the Street Sessions. All right, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. So I'm gonna let GGA catch up a little bit, and then we'll move on to a few other things. Look at that. As soon as GGA comes on and shows his eyes, we jump up 10 viewers. This guy's handsome. This guy's handsome.
Hey,
All right.
Jamie, you want to see something cool?
I do.
Sorry, I was a little slow on muting it, but yeah, of course I want to see something cool. What the hell? Oh shit. Look, listen, I got the whole sleeve up my arm, down my back. What is that? This says Jamie?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Shit.
He got that for you.
I
That's
just got it
awesome.
I just got it 2 minutes ago, right before I joined the
I
stream.
think the love
No, you
doctors just
didn't.
made a match.
No,
Dude, you look like Shredder, bro, with that
Yeah,
mask on.
DMA, I just turned my man crush from GGA to you because dude, First of all, you know about the dating shit. First of all, you know about the auditing shit. Then you know about the law of attraction shit. And then you just reference the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And for anybody that doesn't know anything about Fake Mike Real News, there's two things that Fake Mike Real News never leaves home without. One,
A condom.
one is this. I got the Ninja Turtles as my screen because I live, breathe, and die Ninja Turtles, motherfucker. And I keep this with me at all times. I ain't never lacking. Denver Metro audits and me.
Hey, man.
Marriage 2025 fall. Sorry, sweet tea. Sorry, sweet tea. Sorry.
Hey man, I told you, bro, the Aries I get along with the best, man. Like really, dude. I wish you lived in Denver, bro, because we'd be besties.
Bro, I wish you lived out here in Rhode Island so I could get some pussy. Okay, I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice. And I'm not talking about DMA. Not getting it from DMA, but DMA, he understands what it takes to be a wing. Bro, I'm gonna come out to Denver. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of vegan torches. I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of weed, and we're gonna destroy that place. It's gonna be epic. And I'm gonna bring GGA with me, and we're gonna pick up Jeremy, and then we're gonna go to Bakersfield, and then we're gonna go to Atlanta, and then we're gonna go to Georgia, and then we're gonna, and then we're gonna wash up. And then we're gonna watch it. Any remember Dave Chappelle, Howard Dean? Nobody. Jeremy's giving me a pity laugh, and thank you to Jeremy. Everyone, go check out Jeremy's book. Jeremy's book is on the motherfucking screen. It's called Kicking Assbergers. It's called Taking Assbergers and Telling It to Suck It. This is the true story, and we got future YouTube sensation right here, making his very first appearance on Fake Mike Real News. Logan, man, Logan, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us, brother, man. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good? I'm excellent, man. Let me ask you a very serious question here, young man. Who is your favorite Ninja Turtle? What's your favorite show on the who's your favorite Ninja Turtle and what's your favorite show on the TV right now?
He likes the inappropriate shit.
That's man after night. All right, Logan, who's your favorite YouTuber? I'm asking a kid what he likes on TV. That tells you I'm like a boomer.
Maybe
Mr. B.
Are You Super Serial?
Are You Super Serial? What's that channel about? What do they do on that channel? Is it gaming?
Huh?
Is it gaming or pranks? What do they do on
No,
that
it's
channel?
like it's like they have Kermit the Frog. Hold on.
Jamie, mute up while he's talking so you don't get the echo.
Hold on.
I look at this proud mother's face. I love it. I love it. This is so cute. Logan the superstar. Michelangelo. All right, guys, put it in the chat. Who's your favorite
They
mother?
basically have a
Michelangelo is
Kermit
everyone.
puppet.
Hello there, Kermit the Frog. Is that Kermit the Frog or Jordan Peterson? I don't know. They talk exactly the same.
Hold on.
I like Jordan Peterson.
I don't like Jordan
It's me,
Peterson.
Kermit
No?
the Frog.
So Logan, dog. All right, Logan.
Go back to your laptop.
All right, let's we'll see if he gets back for a second.
Go ninja, go. Do you remember the pizza thrower?
Yeah,
Little
bro.
tank thing with the pizza thrower. Dude, I don't know how old you are, bro, but like, we must be like close to the same age. I don't want you to like say
I'm
your
gonna
age out here.
I'm gonna Will Turbot, Fake Mike exposed, age exposed. So, technically, if you look at my driver's license, the government, and just in case you don't know how to spell it, it's government. It's GUBAHA mint. Government. The government would say that I was born in the year 1982, which would
Me
make
too.
Me too. We got 3 1982
All right.
babies in here.
Anybody in June?
Are you a Gemini?
However,
I am a Gemini. Are you? Geminis are
You're like the bad
awesome.
one. No.
hey Jeremy,
Two of my
what's your
children are Geminis.
what's your sign, Jeremy?
Capricorn,
Ooh, so when's your birthday?
December 27th.
Ooh, so you just happened, man. Did you do anything awesome for your birthday, man?
Not really. Watched the new Flash movie.
Interesting that you say that because in high school, girls called me the Flash. Not only because I like to flash him, but how quickly I came in bed.
Jeremy, Logan's birthday is December 7th. Is he the same sign as you?
Logan, you're December 7th?
December 7th. What?
No, that's the sign before me.
birthday's
Mine's
December
starting December 21st.
Logan, you're December 7th.
No, his birthday is September 20th.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's like a cusper.
My
He's a
birthday is
cusper.
September 21st.
All right, Logan.
So
we
you're a
need to see,
cusper too.
Logan.
You are a Capricorn, but
Me?
Logan, you're a Scorpio.
No.
I only know about Gemini.
We're both Virgos.
Gemini.
Wait, I thought you said December.
No, September.
I did, but
Oh.
he said, wait, my birthday's in December. That's my daughter. She's 19.
Exactly, Mom.
I'm September 21st.
Okay.
Oh,
That Earth
where
energy.
are you? We can't even see you.
I'm hiding.
He's got his
I thought
mask
he
on
was
anyways.
model and shit. I want to see what his
No,
face is.
I'm not December 7th. I
Come on,
wonder why my
TGA.
mom said
I
I'm
can't
December
show my
7th.
face
though.
too much.
Everyone
TGA,
throw your
come on.
birthday in the if you want to, you don't have to dox yourself, but if you want to, throw your birthday in the chat. And your sign, your sun sign.
I'm gonna give everybody. I'm gonna give my signs right now. I am in Aries with a Libra moon and a Libra darling, and I confirmed this because I called Miss Cleo
No.
and she said, "You're a Libra, aren't you, darling?" Logan,
Bro, I'm
let me
reading
ask
the
you.
chat right now, and they're saying, bro, my sister's December 7th, I think. That's good.
December 7th. Yeah,
My
they're
bad.
saying
Yeah,
December
my
7th.
sister's December 7th. Not me. I'm September 20th.
What did you want for your birthday this year, my G? What'd you get, or what did
His
you want?
birthday's the day before mine.
Ooh, so you guys
I
are both
mean,
going to be
Actually,
successful.
what did I get for my birthday? I
What are
forgot.
you a huge fan of? How many jerseys do you have hanging in your closet?
Oh, I'm a basketball fan of Kobe, Jordan.
Ooh,
I think Tatum.
Who's
He's
your
got
favorite?
the sick jersey collection.
Who's your favorite team, Logan? Who's your favorite team to watch basketball?
I would say the Lakers.
Ooh, okay. And how about your favorite player?
Kobe.
Kobe. Okay, cool. I respect that. You know what I really like about Kobe Bryant is he is somebody. If you can learn something, if anybody can learn something from Kobe Bryant. And now there's things I disagree vehemently with Kobe Bryant. However, we can all learn something from Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant had a determination about him. You know how people used to, and even me, when I first, and there's still reasons I could be a Kobe hater, but sometimes Kobe would be at the end of the game and they would double, triple team him to make sure he didn't get the last shot, but Kobe wouldn't pass the ball. And I used to think Kobe's a ball hog, but it's not that. Do you want to know why, Logan, he wouldn't pass that ball? The reason he wouldn't pass
Everybody sucks.
that ball is because he was the first, not even that. He was the worst person to practice for hours, and he was the last person to leave in practice. He worked harder than anybody on that basketball court. That's what made him great. That's what made Larry Bird great. That's what made Michael Jordan great. So let me just say this, DJ, and I'll let you take over. Let me just say this. Let me just say in GGA, and I'll take this over because we got Logan here, man. And Logan, I can tell he's bright. He's a charismatic young man. He's going to take the future by its throat, man. And I'm proud of this young man. So listen, Kobe Bryant taught us all, no matter what you want to do with your life, you can do anything with your life. And if you work harder than anybody else, you can be the best, Logan. Whatever you want to do with your life, if you work harder and you give it your all, you can be the best in the world, in the history of the world. Sorry, GGA.
You wanna see something crazy? You know I've been playing football 20 years, right?
Yes, he's not only a professional football player, he's not only an activist, he's not only a male model. He's not only sending me the best memes in the world, he's also a flag football player too. Just kidding.
GGA, are you in Massachusetts?
No, I'm in the Bronx.
Oh, because my son plays semi-pro football in Boston.
I can't stand Boston.
Oh! Well, excuse me.
Oh, there we go.
Jerseys I have?
Yeah,
No,
he's
let's see
10
what you
and
got.
his collection is ridiculous.
These are all my jerseys, bro. These are all,
Wow.
and these are my jerseys too. Championship jerseys too.
Did he say that you're a professional football player?
You did not.
Yes.
You did not see me with this jersey. Erase this footage.
Ty Law, he got a Ty Law on that bitch. Oh shit.
I fucking.
We have an Aaron Hernandez jersey, so don't feel bad.
I
All right,
hate
I'm going to go
Boston,
around
but
the panel and ask a question here, guys. I'm going to start with Jared. We'll start with Logan because he's the youngest and the coolest influencer here. Logan, if you could hang out with
What?
anybody in the world, in all history, anybody in the world, and have dinner with them or go hang out with them for a day, past or present, who would you hang out with for the day?
That's kind of tough.
we
It
only
is.
ask real questions around here.
I'll tell you what, Logan, I'll come back to you. Let's start with Jeremy. And Jeremy, because you're an adult, and this also applies for Jamie, GGA, and DMA, this does not include family members or close relatives that have passed on or anything like that. Anybody outside of your family, whether alive or dead for thousands of years, Jeremy, if you could have dinner or hang out for one day with one person, who would it be?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs, and why is that?
For me, he did stuff with computers that no one has ever done and probably ever will do. And other companies just tried to copy him and not do nearly as good of a job. I think he'd have some fascinating stories about how he did what he did.
I think that's a very good question, and very good answer, and a very good answer on top of that. It's totally true, bro. Yeah, I would love to pick Steve Jobs' mind because not only was he a fascinating inventor, technologist, but he's also a fascinating businessman, and he's probably a genius too. So yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I would love to pick that dude's brain for sure. How about you, Jamie? If you could have dinner with anybody or spend the day with anybody, past or present, excluding family and friends, who would it be?
I don't know, maybe The Rock.
The Rock?
hot.
I mean,
Bless you, love you.
Oh, so now we know
big
your
boy,
celebrity crush that
he's
you
a
weren't going to
movie
tell
star,
us.
Like he does all kinds
Yes.
of different stuff.
That's a celebrity crush. And I'll tell you what, Jamie, I brought this up earlier. A lot of officers would always say, I'd be like, hey, what's your name and badge number? And they have to, by policy, identify themselves. There would be some that still don't anyways. But I was like, bro, I grew up with wrestling. And then one day I was in, I forget what state house. I was like, bro, why didn't I do this before? And they'd be like, oh, it's right here. What's your name, badge number? So I was like, I told Auditing America, who was my friend at the time, who now I realize is a piss-stringing women abuser and is a loser. And everyone go unsubscribe from Auditing America, the loser right now, who's not an auditor, who's if Jamie, if you could mute up. Yes, you did. Awesome. Auditing Erie County, man. I'll send you the link if you want to join us. I'm talking about the piss drinking Auditing America. Sorry about that, Logan.
Be there.
What was I just saying right here? Where was I going with this, guys? Please save me. What was I
The
just
Rock.
saying?
The Rock.
The Rock. Yeah. So these cops, they'd be like, oh, it's right here. It's right here. I'd be like, oh, what's your name and badge number? And they'd be like, well, it doesn't matter what's your name and badge number. The Rock says this Monday night. It doesn't make it. And I had Enrique pan from the cop to me. Yeah, The Rock is cool, man. I don't blame Jamie for that celebrity crush. DMA, man. Sweet tea. Are we going with sweet tea here? Are we passing? Because I would say that.
Oh, what are we talking about? We're talking about who you want to meet, right?
Oh, yeah. Duh. Sorry.
We're not talking celebrity crushes.
No, I'm sorry.
You know what? Since we're already on the basketball thing, I was thinking about it. And I was thinking probably be Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, man, because the guy was like, he's the Steph Curry before Steph Curry, but he's also the Colin Kaepernick before Colin Kaepernick. And like, he even said like, like the thing about this flag here is that, everyone wants to pledge allegiance to the flag. And it's like the flag represents a lot more than, freedom. It represents tyranny. And it absolutely represents tyranny. And I remember him saying that. I felt like, man, the guy is just like, he's willing to sacrifice millions of dollars to stand up for what he believes in. And like everything about him just so resonates with me because like, I'm willing to do the same thing. I'm willing to like give up my freedom. I'm willing to do a whole bunch of jail time for stuff that I believe in. And, not only that, but like the man has Tourette's. And he was able to overcome that. And I actually, personally myself, have, at least in my opinion, I have undiagnosed Tourette's. And like a lot of boys, like they'll grow out of Tourette's. And like I'd never been diagnosed, but like I was diagnosed with OCD, which Tourette's is like an excessive form of OCD. And I was kind of reading up on Tourette's, and I was like, oh, I think I actually had Tourette's. And like I asked my doctor about it, and she was like, yeah, that sounds like Tourette's to me. But like a lot of people think Tourette's is like where you just scream obscenities, and you know that's part of it to the extreme level, but it really just has to do with like a lot of tics and like vocal tics that you do and like obsessive behavior. Like Mahmoud Abdul Rauf would sit there for like an hour and tie his shoes until it was perfect, and he couldn't leave the gym until it was like that. And like you were saying, Fake Mike, how you know Kobe, he spent so much time in the gym, and that's what made him better. And he would like literally get to the gym at like 3-4 in the morning, and he would get like an extra 5-6 hours on every single other person in the NBA. And that's how he got better. Practice makes perfect. And that's the same thing with Mahmoud. Like he would say that like he would literally have to sit there and sink 100 free throws, pure net, not touch the rim at all. And once he sunk 100 free throws, he could leave for practice. So sometimes he'd be there for 5-6 hours just doing it because he'd be on 98 and he hit the rim and he'd have to start all over. So that's like that obsessive thing of behavior that he has. But not only that, just like his style of basketball play that I love, and his humility, but just like his real understanding of, you know, the true nature of government and how oppressive it is, not just against, you know, black people, but just against people in general, you know, just everyday people. I'd love to pick his mind, man. He's amazing.
That's a really well thought out and well structured answer to let people know why that guy is so awesome, because most people haven't heard him. I mean, I'm an OG like you. I grew up watching the dude, and it wasn't until the last year or so that I realized he had Tourette's, and he was also the first Kaepernick, because he wasn't gonna stand. Like, it's crazy. This guy was an incredible, monumental person, and he's 20-30 years ahead of his time. Super dude.
Yep.
Everyone, if you don't know Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, he's a beast. Go look at his highlights and check this guy out, bro. Beast, bro. Literally
Yep.
Steph Curry before Steph Curry.
Yep.
GGA. I'm gonna skip GGA because GGA's the person that he would want to meet in real life, and his celebrity crush is me. So we're just gonna skip him. No, GGA. Yeah. What's your answer to those? Celebrity crush, and if you could spend a day, and they could be two different people, with any person, living or dead, not family or friends.
I'm gonna have to choose somebody dead if I was to meet them, and it would be Robin Williams.
That's cool. That's a cool pick right there. Hell yeah.
It's either Robin Williams or Heath Ledger. I love both of them, but I'd have to choose Robin Williams just because. But like somebody alive, there's only two people. Like if one isn't available, I'd have to pick the other one. But it's either Michelle Rodriguez or Sade.
Now, okay.
He's got this thing with Michelle Rodriguez, bro.
I love her.
Oh my God, DMA, we're getting a divorce. You have Michelle Rodriguez.
I've always loved Michelle Rodriguez.
You have Michelle Rodriguez, who looks like this. Or you have Sade, who is the most.
I'd probably pick
Sade. Is like 2005 years old. She still looks like she's 25. She's got the most gorgeous skin, and when she sings to you,
everything you can't explain her beauty, bro. Everything about her, from her music to her style to the way she looks.
Are you talking about Sade or Michelle Rodriguez? Because Michelle Rodriguez, I wouldn't even take her that bitch on a date, bro. Sade, I'll bring her flowers the first date. I'll do it.
Sade. I've always loved Michelle Rodriguez, but like Sade is much more classic.
Yeah, Sade's on a whole nother level, bro. Seriously, bro. She's like, I mean, her music. Her music is fire. All right, Logan, we gave you 7 hours to think about this, man. If you could spend the day with any person, it could be a YouTuber, it could be a historical figure, it could be Tupac. Who would it be, bro?
It could be Superman, a Spider-Man, anybody.
Kobe Bryant.
Okay, that's a good answer, and you will learn a lot from that. Let's ask you a more important question. Let's just say Superman was fighting Batman. Who would win? Who's your all-time favorite superhero?
Supposedly Batman is the greatest superhero, but
yeah, but what is your brother, Logan?
I really don't have one.
All right, let me ask you another question,
Logan. It's the Flash. My brother is the Flash.
The Flash, that's right. All right, Logan, who's your celebrity crush? Who's the prettiest, hottest girl on the planet right now to you? It could be a girl in your class. It could be a girl you see on TV.
I don't have a celebrity crush.
All right, who's the cutest girl in your class?
I don't have one.
You're lying.
I'm telling Kyla.
I said I don't have one.
Kyla's your girlfriend. She better be the cutest kid in your class.
Kyla, I'm sorry.
I don't have a crush on a celebrity. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, we just exposed Logan for his.
I'm the
Kyla,
only one
I'm
that
sorry.
has her number.
He
You don't
loves you,
even have her
Logan.
number. Huh?
So let me ask you a question. Do you have any girlfriends? Have you ever had any girlfriends?
Yes, I have.
So let me ask you a question. Did the girls come up to you and be like, hey, you're cute, or do you ask the girls?
It's like both.
Well, I've been beating him off with a stick since he was 2.
What do the girls say to you when they like you? How do you know if a girl likes you?
Because, I mean, most of them been eyeing me down, like, and whispering to their friends.
Yo, Logan's my boy. Yo,
And, like, pointing to me.
Listen, part of being on the spectrum is no filter. You wouldn't even believe what comes out of this child's mouth.
I don't honestly,
I can
bro.
believe
I just think Logan's a cool dude, bro. I
He's
don't even know.
awesome.
He's just a cool dude. He's like, yo, these bitches be eyeing me down. Logan's the man. Yo, I like this kid. Yo, he's super funny, bro. Yeah, man. So okay. So let's try to get this back on track. Okay, I promise I talk about the Well, we'll skip that because we got some little kids here, though.
No, why don't we have Logan log off so that we don't have to skip that?
No, it's okay. I'll circle back to that.
Mom.
Let's talk about this because it's a tidal wave right now. We got Eric in here. Shout out to Eric, my boy from South Texas, man. I love you, Eric, bro. Let's talk about Hollywood. Let's talk about Cat Williams. Cat Williams just exploded and has the #2 podcast in the history of the internet right now. And he exposed the fact that there's a bunch of he said, hey, there's the Illuminati going on, and hey, they're doing weird things with guys, and hey, there's some plants and some gatekeepers. What do you think about that, guys? I'll start with GGA this time. GGA, what do you think about the Cat Williams thing that's completely changed? Because everyone's got an opinion right now. What's your take on this Cat Williams special? Did you even get a chance to watch it in full?
Yeah, I was the one that sent it to you.
I know, but when I checked with you, you still hadn't finished watching it yet, so I just wanted to make sure.
I only watched the beginning. That video was like 2 hours long, bro.
2 hours and 46 minutes. I watched the whole motherfucking thing,
Like
bro.
3
He goes,
hours. So I just watched the beginning, and I mean, like, I didn't know that about him, that he was smart and stuff like that. But I don't know. I sent you a post on Instagram about the symbolism on his chest for his.
Yeah, so let me address that real quick. Because you're not the only person that sent me that. A couple other people sent me the symbolism that Cat Williams has on his chain here. That is not a Masonic symbol. Whoever wrote that just conflated it. Now, does that necessarily mean that 100% that Cat Williams is not a Mason? No, but I would like to believe that he's not, and I don't have any proof. For me personally, I go, you need. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty, unless I see overwhelming proof that you're either a sellout or disinformation artist. And I talked about that. Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure about that, but then yet we also have to consider the option that he is he's put there to kind of give so I'm sorry to interrupt, but yeah, please continue. And yeah, shout out to Denver Metro Arts. Everyone go subscribe to his channel, and then also he's got the Empirical Miracle channel, and it's been changing lives. It really has. And I just started watching that channel myself in my downtime.
DMA. I wanted to do a spiritual. I think when I first started my channel, when I first got in contact with you, I think probably one of our first conversations, I was saying that I want to do a spiritual panel with you.
Yeah, I remember.
Have you ever? There's a book that I've been dying to get into, man. That I think I'm gonna buy this month. It's called "The Ancient Secrets of the Flower of Life" by Junvalo Melchizedek, and he like dives into the flower of life and what it means, and he like breaks it down. Did you see? I want to ask you a question. Did you see Terrence Howard's speech at that college?
No, I didn't see his speech.
It was crazy. I'll just give you a background. I forget. I believe it's Oxford, but it's one of the main colleges out there.
Might have been Oxford.
I'm pretty sure it's Oxford. And honestly, I didn't know. I thought Terrence Howard was just like
I didn't know either.
Actor. Bro, he goes in, he starts talking about the flower of life and connecting dots from Leonardo da Vinci, bro. It's crazy. I'm like, yo, I didn't know Terrence Howard was on this level, bro.
Yeah, he's really smart.
Yeah, Terrence Howard, he is, man. He's the truth.
Yo, I didn't know that. That like turned me on, like not on, but like it put me on to him, like how smart.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
No, I'm just saying, like I didn't like. It's like when you see a different side of people, you're like surprised, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, hey man, if you want to do like if you want to set up a panel or something, dude, I'd love to chop it up with you about spiritual stuff.
You guys want to see something cool?
Hey guys,
I'll show you two things.
DGA and DMA. I'll just let you know if you guys want to. Oh my god, that's a dope ass tattoo, bro.
It's the seed of life. It's not the flower of life. Seed.
So I only have 2 tattoos. I have one on my stomach that says Thug Life, and I have one on my lower back that says Do Not Enter in case I get blackout drunk. Well, you flower.
You see the flower?
Yo, I'll tell you what. That's a dope ass tattoo, bro.
But I told my brother, right? My brother does a lot of my tattoos. I said,
your brother does that?
Yeah, I said, do not color it in. Don't color it in. And he starts coloring it in, and then he never finishes coloring it in. So now it looks like I got a fucking soccer ball on my ribs.
No, it doesn't. Hey, Crystal, welcome to the mother stream. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing super good. You're joined. Keep in mind, we're joined by. I made an exception today because Logan is going to be famous one day, and I'm going to need to live in his shed. I'm going to be his groundskeeper one day when he gets famous. So keep in mind, we got a minor here, and this is not something that we usually do, but I'm making an exception because he's a cool kid.
Right on.
So let's catch up now that we got GGA here and Crystal here. We're talking we've been sprinkling some truth in here too. Okay, you know what? Let's go back. Let's go back to GGA, and we'll let Crystal and GGA and Logan take these answers, these questions here. First date location. Let's start with Crystal. First date location. Is there a place that if somebody was to take you on a first date and you were already feeling him, and they were like, I'm gonna take you to this place, that would be like a no-go for you? That would completely change things.
I would say I don't even know. Just a classical movie or just basic stuff. I wouldn't want to do.
Let me ask you a question, Crystal. If you were on a date with the guy, you were feeling him, you guys went up to dinner first, and then you went to a movie, and you guys had a good vibe, you liked the dude, and he hit you with one of these, like, how would you react to that one?
I
what
would
if
be
his
like,
armpits stink?
I just asked him.
What's that,
I
Crystal?
didn't like it.
Say that again, Crystal. You broke
I'd
up.
be like, I guess you didn't like the date, you know?
No, he like.
No. If he's doing that to put his arm over you at the movies, like,
around me. If
maybe not a kiss, but just put your arm over you, and you guys are vibing. It's a good date so far. How do you feel about that?
But his armpits stink.
No. That's the next question. First his armpits smell good, then his armpits stink.
I mean, if I'm feeling it, then I'd be like, all right.
Cool. I had a girl one time, quick thing, and I'll get to GG and Logan. This is years ago. I had a girl, right? She was feeling me. We were chilling, right? And I worked at the movie theater, so I got free movie tickets. You know what I'm saying? I was like a supervisor.
I used to work at the movie theater. It's my first job.
Yeah, me and DMA, it's crazy.
Oh,
so I was like, I'll just take tickets to the movie because it's free. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, whatever. Weird. So we was hanging out. We like went to dinner before, and then we went there, whatever. And then I hit her with the well, and the funny part about it is not only did I hit her with that, first she was like rubbing my hand before, and she was like scratching on my beard. So I was like, okay, cool. She initiated the contact. It wasn't me. So then I hit her with the, man, I'm Homer Simpson. And then she said like this to me. She literally said like this to me. She took my arm and she said like this. She said, And I said, okay, cool. So I just waited for like 15, 20 minutes, and I was like, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I never showed back up, bitch. You're not getting, no, sorry, you're not getting a ride home. I'm sorry. All right, GTA, what's your take on this topic here?
That's funny. I think that's funny.
That's
Like,
very funny.
where would I take
My
it?
phone's so
Well, yeah,
laggy.
first date. Like, if you got a girl that you like, not just a regular chick, but a girl that you kind of like, where are you gonna take her on a first date?
I'm a Virgo, so I'm like real like I like calm settings. You know what I mean? Like a lot
So a
of
techno rave.
first dates, I just like go for walks and talk and shit, like parks or like waterfront, or like Barnes and Nobles and shit, like calm, like real calm things. Um, the last first date we went to like a waterfront and just chilled out and talked.
Honestly, I'm reading the chat right now. Oh,
And then we went to play pool, and I did one of those like stand behind her, teach her how to shoot things. I felt so corny, but it was worth a shot.
Well,
like-
I have a
That's perfect.
question.
Go ahead.
GGA. So one thing that I have found with this like online dating and all this like meeting people that I don't know stuff is I almost insist on FaceTiming people. Does anybody else do that? I insist on FaceTiming before I even meet somebody because it's just weird shit. I don't know. What if you show up and you're not who I think I'm talking to? Like, I'm not trying to deal with all that.
So I take like really nice pictures. It's like and like
Yeah, I don't ever use filters. I know a lot of these girls use so many filters. Like, have you ever shown up and been like, damn, this isn't the same person that was in the pictures?
it's happened to me one time.
Okay, babe.
So funny story, I traveled like an hour and some change upstate to meet this girl. And I got in the back seat. She was in the front seat of her friend's car. I got out the car and she got out the car and got shorter. And I was like, oh my God.
What?
She got out the car and got shorter. And I was like, oh, and she was chubbier than in her pictures. And I'm just like, it looks like the same person in the pictures, but like, I don't know what happened. And then like she lived in like this cul-de-sac, like this really like, like fancy, rich people cul-de-sac. And we went to like the pool area and she had like 6 friends, all females.
all right, there we go. Now it's working.
All
Logan.
all different flavors. Like one was Asian, one like chocolate, like she was like African American, and all her friends were hot. Like it was, and they all were hotter than her.
Oh,
And
Lord.
I'm just sitting there like, and they're drinking. I don't drink. This is when I first got into recovery, and they were all drinking and smoking, and they're like, "Let's play truth or dare." I'm like, oh shit! But they're gonna try to dare me to kiss her, and I'm not with it. Like,
Well, yeah. So what do you do when somebody shows up and they don't look like they do online? Because you wouldn't believe how many guys use filters too. Like, it's almost embarrassing. Like, I'm talking the butterflies.
I use filters.
And shit.
I mean, I had already traveled an hour and some change, almost 2 hours upstate, and then
Without FaceTiming first.
I think I did FaceTime.
Oh,
I'm not
hell
sure,
no.
like, but like, so I'm sitting there. They're playing truth or dare. They dared me to kiss her, and I'm like, "What's the consequences if I don't kiss her?" They're like, "You got to jump in the pool." I'm like, "Well, I'm not doing neither. I'm not kissing her." I don't know. I think I top kissed her. I don't know. I don't remember. But we get back to her house. All her friends leave. We get to her house, and this girl, I still have it recorded on camera, right? She starts showing me her fucking slime collection. Like, yo, you want to see my? She's like real avid. She's like excited.
People are weird.
The slime collection, and I'm just like, what are you? Like you like 9 years old?
Will, do you hear this? You wanted to know about dating in 2024. It's disgusting, embarrassing, freaking. I mean, I can't be the only one.
No.
No, and that's
I like older
My
women.
slime collection, like, let's be real.
seriously,
No.
guys. I mean, seriously, look, when we were kids, Logan, I'm gonna break some real hard news to you, Logan. When you're a kid, you think that, hey, all these adults, they got it figured out. Yeah, some of these kids are annoying and stupid, but sure, when everyone grows up, they kind of develop. Nope, it's not the case. Not the case.
I tell Logan all the time, stop rushing being an adult. He doesn't want to have to listen. And you know what his number one thing is about wanting to be 18? He wants to be able to swear. Imagine.
Oh my God, no.
Logan, let me tell you, dude. Let me tell you, bro. If I could go back in time, I would tell myself to buy Bitcoin, keep my butt tight, and not swear, bro. Enjoy your childhood, bro. Because as soon as you hit 18, yeah, you can swear. You can eat all the candy you want, but you gotta work and you gotta deal with some other. It's not cool.
He turned
It's not
10
cool.
and thought he was a grown-ass man. He was like, Mom, can I add a new swear word to my vocabulary? I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
I always tell my kids, I said this, when you pay your own bills and when you can write me a grammatically correct paper explaining why that's valuable to your life, then we can talk about it.
I like that, Crystal. So yeah, if you guys are just joining, you're like, what the hell happened to Fake Mike Real News?
Though, Papa. Papa.
Yeah, you gotta pay taxes. No, we actually don't believe in taxes here. Taxes are
We're anti-taxes.
That's
taxation
slavery
is
tax.
theft.
Hey, I wanted to address something I just saw in the chat. Papa Chuck, he said, I always took my first dates to the casino and then dinner and then drinks, and it never failed. Dude, that's like an epiphany for me, bro. Like, it's like a perfect first date, bro. Like, you go to the casino, like, you're just kind of relaxed, you're chilling, you get to like know someone, you kind of can just be yourself. It's not like you have to be quiet, you can kind of just, hang out like it's a party, but it's just you and her. You know what I mean? You're not like hanging out with other people. That's like a perfect thing, man. And then of course, you could have dinner there at the casino and stuff like that. You're getting some drinks. I like that, man. I like that. That's a really good first date.
Let's elaborate on that a little bit too, Papa Chuck. I'm curious. Are you giving the girl some like $20-$50 to play with? Is she playing with her own money? Because that sounds cool. That sounds cool. I actually like that idea because you guys can go and you can laugh at all the sad people. But I mean, I recently last year went on a date with a chick, and we went to the casino. She was actually staying at a hotel in the casino. So we went through. I gave her $20. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a gambling person. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you ain't gonna win. It's a lie.
Actually, we'll talk about it later. I'll let you finish your point, but there actually is a way to win on gambling.
Okay, let's talk about both. Let's talk about both that because you're smarter than me. So I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
Just don't gamble.
So let's talk about the DMA and Papa Chuck. Are you gonna give her a little bread because men are supposed to pay and provide too? When you all show up to the so I'm curious from Papa Chuck because if DMA likes this, I'm curious, right? So are you giving her a few bucks so she can gamble too? Obviously, you're going to pay for the dinner and the drinks, but I'm curious about that other part. DMA, continue. My apologies.
Well, the drinks actually, if you're gambling in most, at least here in Colorado and in Vegas, yeah, it's free if you're gambling. So that's another bonus for a first date. Like, hey, we can drink for free over here. You know what I mean?
Papa Chuck, I'm gonna name a grandkid after you.
I wanted for them to play with, but I would always wait until she busted out her money first.
Okay, Logan. Let's just Logan. If you're going on a first date with the girl, where are you gonna take her, bro? And we'll get back to DMA after that.
I might just like take her to a nice restaurant, you know.
Okay.
He was raised by me, so he's gonna treat women right, Logan?
Well, no, duh. I ain't like the people that you've dated before, mother.
See? See? I told you, no filter.
I like that. You know, I'm very blunt. I like that, LA, because I don't know. LA is a cool name too, like LA Knight. LA Knight. Oh yeah. You know who he is?
My last name's out.
Macho Man.
No, LA Knight. I didn't turn him into Macho Man halfway through that. That's my fault. That's my fault right there. You know who LA Knight is, Logan?
No.
He's a cool wrestler. He's not as cool as Macho Man though, for sure. Jeremy, who is your favorite wrestler of all time?
He doesn't watch wrestling.
I don't know. I don't really watch wrestling, so I.
Okay. Let's ask Jeremy a question here. Jeremy, you're somebody that first of all, let's get back to his book is on screen. It's in the description. It's the top link in the description. I want everyone to go and support. It's called Kicking Assbergers. It's taking Assbergers and telling them to, which unfortunately Jeremy doesn't get because he's not a wrestling fan. But instead of wrestling, what do you do in your free time? What is it? Because all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. So what does Jeremy do to unwind?
I play video games.
What's your top 3 video games of all time?
NHL, FIFA, and NBA would probably be the top.
All right, well, I need to know what your teams are for these games here.
Vancouver,
The
Canucks for hockey.
The Canucks. And what does Canuck mean? Is this means like a term for Canadian,
It's
right?
slang for Canadians.
Slang for Canadian. Okay.
Hmm.
In 2 years, that'll be a hate crime if I call you a Canuck. Okay.
Probably.
So you.
Hey,
you're,
can we bring Papa Chuck up here?
Yeah, hell yeah. Papa Chuck.
Drop the link. Can you drop the link?
Yeah, I'll drop the link.
Can I ask Jeremy a question while you do that?
Yes, let me. Yeah, one sec. I'll let you get back to Jeremy because I like Denver Metro. I'll let you guys all talk, but this is very important here. Do you know Papa Chuck? He's not gonna hit me with the porn bomb, right?
No,
Okay,
that's
cool.
my homie, dude. I know.
Okay, cool. Yeah, anybody that wants to come up can come up now. But I may not put you up unless you show your face because I'm not getting pee bombed. And let me say one more thing. I'll let Jamie continue. I'm actually going to take a pee real quick because I've had kidney stones like 5 times and I pee a lot. Before you do, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. The link to Jeremy's book, Kicking Assbergers, is in the description. I really want you to support my boy, man. He works hard, man, and he endured a difficult trajectory so that he may share with others. And his journey was not for naught, if you will. So please do that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please bless Jamie's Cash App. Please, Logan, we're going to get your YouTube in the comments so everyone can go subscribe. We're going to get you up to a bunch of subscribers. Everyone already knows Denver Metro Audits. He's a beast. Papa Chuck has joined us. I'm going to let him talk. Papa Chuck, I just want to say a couple things here, Papa Chuck. There's certain things that we're not going to talk about on this channel. It's this. You're not going to talk about this. There's certain people we're not going to talk about. We're going to keep it family friendly. This is Friday, and we got a child. Now, we got Crystal here. Crystal, you guys may have remembered her from. Okay, well, it's not for you, brother. It's not for you. It's not for you, Logan, at all. Logan, you're a cool brother, and I like you. Dude. It has nothing to do with you. It has something to do with the stiffs and suits. Crystal, we've actually talked to Crystal on this channel before. We're going to be having an in-depth interview with her in the future. But Fridays is for fun. I spent 20 years of my life so dedicated to the revolution that I burnt myself out, and I wasn't a good family member. I wasn't a good friend. I wasn't a good boyfriend. So we're having fun on Fridays. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. Don't worry. Crystal has a story that when you hear the story, we're not getting in it today because we're maybe tomorrow. We're actually tomorrow, Crystal. If you want to come on and we'll do a stream about that, you're more than welcome. If not, we'll figure it out. But Papa Chuck, welcome. I'm going to go to the bathroom, share the video. And if you're just wondering what's going on here, hey, why is Will not talking about things that usually Will talks about? We're changing things up a little bit. We're taking different approaches. We're still always, what is Fake Mike Real News? If you're just joining us, you've never joined because Augustine, Papa, and Scott all shared the videos. It's because we're trying to create a more altruistic world through nonviolence and the Socratic method. I will give DMA over the chancellorship for now. And go ahead. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm just going to take a pee and wash my hands. Thank you, guys.
Cool. Yeah, hey, welcome in, Papa Chuck, dude. So why don't you elaborate on that, dude, on what you would do with your first date there?
So basically, if I got her to say yes, I would never tell them ahead of time what we're doing. That was always a mistake. I learned that the hard way. I always made it a surprise, right? You got to keep it.
Why is that a mistake? I'm curious. And let me just say one more thing before I leave. Is because sometimes I'll ask chick. I brought this up the other day, Papa Chuck, and I'll let you, trust me, you're getting all the floor. But I brought this up the other day. When you're meeting a girl, you don't want to get the phone number. You want to get to see her again. The phone number is overrated. You want to get to see her again. So I use the psychological trick, which is the yes ladder. Hey, I go up, I talk to her, or I inbox her. Feel a little vibe going on. Hey, do you like tacos? Yes, I do. Hey, do you like margaritas? Yes, I do. Would you like to get tacos and margaritas with me? Yes. Or would you like to get tacos and go on an adventure with me? Everyone, if I'm not even a girl, but if I was, because girls aren't typically the one that do the asking out, but if a girl asks me, hey, do you want to get a coffee, or do you want to get a coffee and go on an adventure? Who do you think I'm going on with? Sorry, Papa Chuck, please go ahead.
Okay, so as I was trying to say is like, I would never tell them because there was a couple times, and this is going to be embarrassing, but whatever. Internet's forever anyway. I would go and I'd get the date lined up with the girl. I would make a plan. I'd tell her the plan. And then all of a sudden we're talking about the plan and she doesn't like the plan or she wants to change it up. And, you know, and it just kind of ruins the mood, like right off the hop, you know? And when, especially because I was always the one that would ask the girl out, you know, like maybe twice I got asked out by the girl, you know? But, so I always made my thing is I used to go to the casino with the guys a lot, and it was always fun, you know, and we'd have a good time. But then we'd end up getting just blackout drunk by the end of the night, waking up wherever, you know. And so it didn't really work out too well. So I was like, I'm gonna try this with girls, and so I got a date, and I brought extra cash, you know, just in case, you know, and I would wait to see if she would bust out money because we're in a casino. You know what I mean? She's watching me take out money. I'm going to see if she's going to take out money. As soon as she takes out that money, I'm like, oh, no. Here, I got an extra 100 here for you to play with, you know? And we would have a good time. And sometimes we'd win and we'd get like, you know, some extra drinks at the casino. You know, we just have a good time. And it would always work. You know what I mean? Like, because it breaks the ice, in my opinion. It breaks that barrier of like, you know, the awkwardness when you go on that first date because you're not thinking about it. You're just having a good time with that person, you know? And I always find that breaking that ice is easiest when you're just having a really good time that you didn't see coming versus the one that you're like, oh, I've been waiting all week to go on this and then it ends up sucking or, you know, it's not as good, you know? Just keep them on their toes. That's the thing. Keep them on their toes.
Yeah, dude, I like that, man. And like I said, I've never thought of that, but like if you like feel the vibrations, you know what I mean, of every single social dynamic that you're in. And for me personally, like being at a casino, like you really just like like I said, I had this epiphany. It's like, wow, like, yeah, the casino is like a perfect, like there's really not that much awkwardness. You're just hanging out. It's like I said, it's like a party, but it's like, cause I'm really like outgoing at parties, but it's like a party between you and her. You know what I mean? It's not like a party with a whole bunch of other people. So I think that's like a perfect first date. So I like that. And I like that too, that you said, well, I'll wait for her to bust out her money. And then when she busts out her money, then I'll say, oh no, I got you this extra 100 for you. Because I like that, because then you're kind of gauging that too of like, hey, you know, is she expecting me to pay? You know what I mean? And then when you find out she's not, then like, oh, okay, no, I got you. You know what I mean? I like that.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, like I've been with my girlfriend now for fiance for 10 years now. But I'm locked in. I'm not.
Hold on. First of all, we gotta talk about a couple things. You've been with your fiance for 10 years now?
Yep.
I gotta ask you, how did you pop the question, bro?
I cheaped out. I cheaped out. I did. I cheaped out. I asked her on Christmas. I did.
No, that's not cheap. One of my friends who will remain nameless, he literally, oh my God. He literally went to Applebee's and he was like, proposed there. So literally it's better than, honestly, Christmas I don't think is a bad thing. I think there could be far worse than Christmas for sure. And let me just ask you a follow-up question, because I do like your idea about going to a casino. We got Unique in the house. What's up, Unique? Let me ask you a question, Papa Chuck, and then we'll throw it to Unique. Do casinos take food stamps? Because that's how I would probably pay. Unique, thanks for joining us. We're on the panel. We're talking dating in 2024. We've got some new panelists here, so we're going over some questions here. Let's start with the question here. Dates. two-part question here for the first date. One, is there a place that if you were with the dude and he took you on a date, you would say, I'm not going there? And two, what do you think about guys bringing flowers to first date? Is it cool or is it lame?
I think it's lame. It's overrated.
Everybody that's not talking, if you could mute up, please. There's some background noise. What about the second date? What about the second date?
The second date? I don't know. I think it's pretty lame. I think 2024, you should come up with a better, like, bring something better to the table. Flowers.
What's an acceptable first date and what's a non-acceptable first date for you? You meet a guy, you're vibing with him, you have a good time, he's intelligent, he seems charismatic. Where would you be happy if he had a first date at? Where would you be not happy?
To his house. If he brings me back to his house, then that means he's just trying to get some skins.
Okay, now I'm going to ask the question of the panel here. I've heard a lot of dating experts say, if you're a guy, and I've heard a lot of them, they say if you're a guy, you might not have to, you don't necessarily have to, I think we lost you, Nate. We'll see if she can get back on in a better connection. You shouldn't necessarily be looking for, the first date, but you should at least try to kiss her after the date is over. Let's start with the ladies here, Jamie, and then we'll go to Crystal.
And I after the ladies, I want to say something about that.
I'm gonna let Denver. You already know, bro. Like I said, you are far smarter than me and pretty much everything that I know so far, except for Ninja Turtles lore. And if you start coming on that, I might just retire from the game. But yeah, bro, you already know. That's why I invite you on. I don't invite many guys on this except for GGA because he's a male model. You know what I'm saying? And Jeremy, he's like a high value man. I don't know if you guys know what a high value man is, but a high value man is somebody that brings a lot to the table. He's like an alpha or a sigma male. So yeah, Jamie, go ahead on that one. What's your take?
I missed the question. I'm sorry.
What the hell was my question again, too, bro? I'm honestly.
Should you kiss the girl? Try to kiss the girl on the first date.
Yeah, sorry, guys. This is why Denver Metro audiences should be. And I'm not. I can give you a little behind the scenes, but I'm not going to. Denver Metro audience. Yeah. So if a guy, not necessarily trying to have, but if he tries to, like, say he's dropping you off, you guys had a great time, you're at the door, and he tries to kiss you on the first date. Is that a win for him? Even if you don't let him, should he at least try to just kiss you on the first date, or is that a no-no?
Well, first of all, I'm not letting a guy pick me up for the first date. I'm going to meet him out somewhere. But second of all, I guess it depends on the vibe. I mean, there's certain people that I couldn't wait to get away from. And then there was other people that, I wish that was going to happen.
Let me rephrase that, Jamie. Say he's a good guy. You guys had a great date. You're really feeling it. You guys have a good vibe. Would you be upset if you didn't try to at least? I'm not saying push the. I'm not saying he's trying to push in the level and be creepy, but would you look at him with a little less confidence if he didn't try to at least kiss you on the cheek or the lips to say have a great night? I had a great time.
I mean, I don't think I'd look at him like any less, but one thing that is a huge like turn off for me is when they try to do other stuff on the first date. You know what I'm saying? Like a kiss is no big deal.
All right, let's stretch that out a little bit. Let's say it's the second date and the third date, and by now, you guys, let's say it's the second or third date, and you can tell me either one. You guys are vibing, you're having a great time, the chemistry is there, he's handsome, he's competent, he's intelligent, and by the second date, he doesn't kiss you. What are you thinking? Or the third date?
I'm thinking that's a little weird at this point.
Okay. Should it be the second or third date, do you think he should try to kiss you?
I mean, probably by the second, because I might just feel like maybe he's not interested in that type of way if it goes longer than that.
Yeah. What's your take on that, Crystal?
I feel exactly what she's saying. If he doesn't try to kiss me by the third date, I'd be tripping. Like, obviously, you're not feeling the same thing I'm feeling, Yeah,
maybe he likes men, right?
yeah. And I agree. I don't like it when they try to go do other things on the first couple of dates.
Yeah.
I'm there to to meet the person and find out what their interests are, what their moral code is, and how we mesh. And if that's not happening, that's got to happen before anything else happens in my book.
Plus, for me, if you're a crappy kisser, it ruins everything for me. So I'm not trying to date you 4 or 5 times and then you suck at kissing and I want nothing to do with you anyways. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would give a little bit of recommendation for the people watching out there. And Logan, pay close attention. For whatever reason, girls don't like the Bug Bunny kiss. Like I would go, my ears would twirl around, and they don't like that. That is not romantic in 2024, apparently. And Breaking the Flaw says there is no science to love. Actually, there is, because love is based on what you consider love is based on biology and psychology, and that's science. DMA, what's your take, man? Are you? Am I getting to kiss you on the first date or what?
Yeah, kiss on the first date. So if you're going out with a girl and everything's good and you're getting the good vibes and she's laughing at your jokes and here's the thing is when you're at the end of the date, if you don't try to kiss her, there's a couple things that's going to happen. Number one, if you're feeling it and she's feeling you and you can sense that, she's going to think that you're chicken, and it's going to make her lose attraction for you based on the fact that she spent all this time with you and she did all this stuff and she was showing you indicators of interest, and then you don't kiss her. She's going to think that you're, a beta and that you're scared, and it's going to make her lose attraction for you. And the other thing is that if you are going out on this date with her and you're trying to be one of those guys that's, I've got to be respectful. You know what I mean? I can't touch her. I gotta make sure that she knows that I respect her as a woman. And then at the very end of the date, you haven't touched her all night. And then you try to go in for that kiss. It's going to be very awkward, right? And she might even resent you for it. Maybe she'll kiss you, but it's going to feel weird. And then she's going to be like, you know what? Maybe she won't call you again, or she won't answer your calls or respond to your texts because you made it weird and you made her feel this uncomfortable feeling. So what you want to do during the date is you want to go what we call kinesthetic, which is kino is like touching, right? Okay. So you want to touch her throughout the date. So whether that's, doing silly stuff like thumb wars, when I was trying to pick up Sweet Tea, we did thumb wars, and anything that you can get to touch her. You remember that thing where you put your hands on my hand and I try to slap it? That's touching. It's just getting her used to you touching her.
Even just
and you can do all kinds of stuff.
I'll interject here, DMA. Sorry, but a perfect way to because obviously if two people are feeling each other and they want to touch each other, then you're not gonna just all of a sudden say honk honk, right? You lead up to it, right? So one of the best ways to touch a female, engage her interest to you, is don't do it right away. But let's say you guys have a little laugh or whatever. Oh, you might laugh and you might touch her on the forearm or on the shoulder right here. Ha 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 ha. And it's okay, whatever, cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you definitely want to kind of build up to that too, for sure. You don't want to kind of jump the gun on there.
And that's another thing too. That's an indicator of interest, is what we call it. When a woman touches you, if you tell a joke and she's aha, that's so funny, and she puts her hand on your shoulder.
I'm going to pause you one more time, DMA. I'm going to pause you one more time because this is important for guys. Because the dynamic, and I'm speaking generalities, and of course there are exceptions to this rule, but the dynamic is women will go out, they will make themselves look nice, or they'll make themselves seem available on social media, and guys are the ones that have to go and approach the female, right? So, where am I going with this again, DMA? What did you just say? I'm so sorry, guys. Today.
Indicators of interest.
Indicators of interest, yeah. So, guys, we need to pick up on indicators of interest. And when guys are attracted to somebody, we make it pretty known. You know what I'm saying? We're either going to look at that girl or go approach that girl and be like, hey, you're gorgeous. Hey, I would be remiss if I would kick myself in the ass if I left here right now and I didn't introduce myself. My name is Will. For the guys out there, what are some indicators of interest? And please continue with what you're saying, because it's not like a guy, right? Girls give off indicators of interest, not like guys do, and they're more subtle.
Mm-hmm. Girls give off lots of indicators of interest that guys might not pick up on, and one of those is it's subconscious. You just can't help it. They don't even know they're doing it. They'll put their hair, they'll put their hands their hair behind their ears. They'll smile. These are indicators of interest. It's just stuff that's hardwired into your brain since like caveman times. So these are things that women will do if they're attracted to you. And one thing that you can do too is, we talked about this a little bit last time, is a compliance test. So like I said, like last time, you can say, hey, let me see your hand real quick. And if she doesn't put her hand on your hand, she's not complying with your test. So then what you do is you neg her, right? We talked about negs last time.
Let's
And
talk
you
about
you
negs again
display
too, for anybody that doesn't join, that doesn't know what a neg is.
Yeah. It's a negative compliment. So what you do is it's like saying something. There's different kinds of negs, but like you basically show, in this situation, a neg would be like you're showing that you lost me. All right, you lost me a little bit, and now I'm going to continue to engage with your friends in your friend group because I'm the outsider coming into your friend group.
I'm interrupting one more time, DMA, because what you're saying is magnificent, but I want to give people context in case they didn't watch last time. The context is this. So, Crystal and Jamie, tell me if I'm incorrect on this, but I would say the vast overwhelming majority of females want somebody that's taller than them. They want someone that's stronger than them. They want someone that's more intelligent and more competent than them. They want someone that's going to be able to take care of them. Would you guys agree or disagree with that overall assessment?
I disagree a little bit on the taking care of them. I think we should be a team and take care of each other. But essentially, yeah, I mean, I want somebody that I can engage with. Keep me on my toes.
I mean, if Jamie and Crystal were to pick, you guys would all want someone that, if you had the choice, taller than you rather than shorter than you, stronger than you rather than weaker than you, smarter than you rather than stupider than you, more confident, right? Because women, like we talked about, women want to date up, and whereas men, we don't care if you're hot and you're only going to be for me. Yeah. I don't care if you work at Burger King, right? So the point here is, women, the reason why DMA is saying what he's saying, I like to explain the reasoning and the background behind it, because to me, that's what helps me understand this, right? So the reason why you're doing a compliance test in the first time is because you want women to go to your frame, right? So if women want somebody that's stronger, better, and more intelligent and more competent and a leader, then you're not going to be a follower. You need to show that you can lead, and if you have some, and now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you go and tell Crystal, say, hey, if you don't do this, then da da da. I'm talking about the little stupid things that you can do to see, right? And at the end of the day, you don't want someone that's going to blindly like completely submit to you at the same time too, like a slave, right? You want someone that is autonomous and has their own thoughts. So we're not. I'm trying to be specific about that here. But the frame is you're trying to put yourself in the leadership role, right? So continue, DMA. My apologies. I just wanted to. And if you disagree, put your comments in there, because people are disagreeing, and I get that. And I'm no expert. DMA is the expert here.
And I think that I understand what you're trying to say, but I think the terminology might be a little bit off as far as when you say better. It's not that we're better than you. It's just that we are the leader and the woman's the follower. There's always a leader and a follower in every dynamic, especially a dynamic of two. A dynamic of two, there can't be two leaders. There can't be two alphas. There's a leader and a follower, period. One of them is going to be the man, because the man natural instinct is to be the leader, and the woman's natural instinct is to be the follower. Doesn't mean that she's like beneath you and scum on your shoe. She's your queen. There's a king and a queen, right? So, but what it is like, if she's not going to comply with your compliance test, then you might neg her and be like, okay, you're losing me a little bit. And you're going to engage with her social group and make them laugh and make them want your presence to be there, right? And she's going to see that you're a higher value man. You're going to demonstrate higher value. And then you're going to do it again. Hey, let me see your hand. And if you're making all of her friends laugh, she's going to comply with that. So like another thing that you could do, like a movie or something or whatever, is if you're sitting down on the couch in a social situation talking, and you could take her hand. You've already gained some rapport with this woman. You've been talking to her for a while. She's laughing at your jokes. Maybe she's doing the thing I said with her hair, whatever. Take her hand. You got to be bold, guys. Remember, women like confidence. You take her hand and you put it right on your knee, and you just leave it there and see what she does. If she leaves it there, okay, there you go. There's a more indicator of interest. She likes you. She left her hand on your knee, and she's wanting to go kino we call kinesthetic, right? She wants to touch. If she pulls it away, she's not complying with your test. So now, okay, you're losing me again. It's the same thing. Then maybe you engage with some other people and then you come back to her. It's just psychological stuff, guys. So, but my whole point of this was that you want to get used to her with your touch. You want to get used to her touching you and you touching her. Whether, like I said, it's not groping. It's just like simple stuff. Like I said, like thumb wars, hand on the knee, her touching your arm, all this type of stuff. So when you actually get to that point of the kiss, it's not this awkward thing. But you definitely want to try to kiss her on the first date. Now,
Logan,
if it's not working out and you know it's not working out, then okay, you don't have to try to kiss her. But
Logan, I hope you're taking notes right now. My boy's putting you on thing.
I am.
Hey, so and
Can I say something?
Please do.
What?
My love language is physical touch. So
Me too.
if there's not some type of physical touch that first date, I'm probably not going to want to see you again because I know that that's something that I won't settle for.
And you bring up an interesting point. We're talking about love languages. So my love language is Ebonics, and I have an affinity for females from Siberia, and so just nobody speaks my love language. Scott brings up an interesting point here. He says, when sitting, and not just when sitting, and hey, Logan, this is a keen way to tell if somebody likes you. There's two things right here, and it could be a guy or a girl. It could be friendship or relationship. Scott says with a very great comment, he says, when sitting, and I would add, or standing, or doing a cartwheel, people will point their legs at the person they're attracted to subconsciously. It's an easy way to tell. So let's say we were all having this conversation in real life and we were all in one room. I have a man crush on Denver Metro Audit, so my feet would be projected towards him, right? And then there's another little psychological tip that's going to, and I'll go to Papa Chuck next. Here's another little psychological tip to see you can find out who your crush likes or who people like. So if we were all sitting in a group right now, and let's say Jeremy says an awesome joke, right? The person, okay, and so Jeremy's, and let's just say, because I have a man crush on Denver Metro Audit, and so I'm going to see when Jeremy tells this awesome joke, I'm going to look at who he looks at when he laughs. Because when we laugh, we all look at somebody else. We all look at our favorite person. It doesn't necessarily be the person we love him, the person we're the most close with. So let's just say hypothetically, I have a crush on Denver Metro Artists. They don't even have to be hypothetical because I do, right? So we're all joking around, and I'm like, damn, I wonder if Denver Metro Artists is feeling the kid, right? So Jeremy drops a joke in this month, and I'm like, all right, let me look at where Denver Metro Artists' feet is pointed and where his eyes are going. Interesting indicator, because like I said earlier, emails aren't going to say, hey, I like you most of the time. That's men that have to do that. Papa Chuck, please contribute. And I want to say one more thing, Papa Chuck. Like, share, and subscribe to this video. I'm going to put on screen again, Kicking Assbergers. It's a book by my G right here, Jeremy, Kicking Assbergers. It's in the description. It's in the chat. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please get this book. And I just want to say it's really cool because sometimes I don't know who's watching and who's listening to my videos. And anybody that doesn't know anything about me, and I'm going to let Papa Chuck have the floor after this. Before I became a revolutionary, before I found out what was going on in the world, I was class clown. I was most unpredictable. That was my thing. I just like to, I was in it for the lulz, the LULZZZZ. That's what I'm here for, bros. That's what I do. And someone just messaged me because they just messaged me on Instagram. I love the side of you. This is the fun Will who introduced me to Kendrick Lamar. And this is why I'm doing this, because you can't just reach people by saying, oh, you idiot didn't know that the Council on Foreign Relations did this. Jeffrey Epstein. So that's why we're doing this. Papa Chuck, like, share, and subscribe. What's your take on all that stuff we've been saying? We're going to get to the rest of the panel because Jeremy, Logan, and Crystal have been waiting very patiently.
All right. So first thing I want to say is to Jeremy, and what's up, my fellow Canadians? Get you. All right. And
Canadians in the house. Wow, they're invading. It's like Terrence and Phillip Part 3.
It's because I don't know about Jeremy, but like I'm totally ready to just bail out on Canada. I've had it. The place sucks. America looks great.
Okay, first of all, America sucks, and Jeremy's like, I like it here. The weather's great. I'm like, bro, have you ever been to Florida? Have you ever been to the Caribbean? There's palm trees there. Okay, sorry, I'm shutting up again.
No, you're good. But they were saying earlier, guys, you have to have confidence. I know that every single guy in this chat, every single one of you has felt that that pain of not going for that kiss or not having the balls to do it. That pain sucks, and you will feel that in your gut for days, for weeks, for longer for some people. You know, it might even shake up the confidence. Get past that crap. Remember that shitty feeling you had and go for it, 100%. And just like DMA said, don't make it weird. Don't make it creepy. It's pretty easy to not do that. Okay, you just
agree, Papa Chuck. And that's something that we talked about. You're 100%, 1,000%, 1K spot on. Whether it comes to business or whether it comes to dating, Logan, take special notice of this. This is basic human psychology. Whether it's business or dating, if you see that pretty girl, Logan, remember this when you're 16, 18, 25 years old. When you see that pretty girl, you have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3 seconds to go over and talk to her. If you don't, you're going to say, oh man, I'm going to regret it. That girl's so pretty. And you're going to feel like, damn, I should have talked to that girl later. And if you don't approach her within that first 3 seconds, it's going to show that you lack confidence and you might as well not go over there in the first place. Same thing with business. When you see something that you want as a man or a woman in this world or a trans or however you identify, if you see something that you want, you got 3 seconds to get off your ass and go get it. Get that shit. Get that shit.
100%.
Get that, Logan. Get that.
And to elaborate on what you said, Papa Chuck, is that you got to have that confidence. And if she's there with you, she already agreed to go on the date with you, and you can gauge it. You know what I mean? If she's laughing and you guys are having a good time, you know that she probably wants to kiss you. So you have to just go for it. And
sorry, but like, this is just my experience as me talking. But for me, the hardest part was getting the date. You know, after that, guys, listen, it's easy now. I mean, so just have fun with the girl. It's not hard. Have fun with the girl.
Yeah.
Feel like she's having fun. It's not really that hard. And I know this is going to sound terrible. I'm just going to say it. And don't worry, it's not that bad. Because I was joking with my wife the other day about something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But I was like, you're like a dog. I'll lead you. They'll to get lost or something like that. I was like, and she just thought it was so funny because I was just like, yeah, I'm always doing that with her. Whenever we go out, I'm like, she always gets lost. Like, I'm stupid. She has no idea where she is. You know what I mean? And so I'm always there. You know, you got to have that confidence. I don't know. I'm still.
Another thing I'll add, and I'm going to open up to the panelists here and I'm going to let everyone get one more thing that they want to say to take the floor for as much time as they want. I want everyone to promote themselves. I want people to promote their books, their cash apps, and whatever. Jesus, I'm honestly, I'm really bad, and today I'm even worse. What the hell was I going to say? Well, say the last thing you were going to say again there, Chuck. What was the last thing that you said? Sorry, I'm really bad today, guys.
Well, the last thing I wanted to say is that my legs are always going to be pointing in the direction.
All right. No. What were you saying? What was the thing that you just said though? Because it was really important. I wanted to double down on it.
Well, I was just saying that, like, and this is just me and my relationship. Like, I have to always be the one that leads. You know, I always want to be the one that's like, we're going here.
I know what I was going to say. And you, as a man, whether you're a man or a woman, you want to be a leader, right? It's attractive. It's attractive, especially if you're a man, but if you're a woman too. You don't want somebody that's a follower. You want somebody that's a leader. And to go with DMA, what DMA was saying, let's just say you're in the casino. Let's say you're in the bar. Let's say you're in a crowded coffee shop. A perfect way to establish some touching, some keno would be, all right, you meet the girl, you're in the front of the bar. You're in the front of the casino. You'll be like, okay, hey, follow me. I'm going to take you to the bar. You grab her hand, shows leadership, and you're touching her a little bit, and you say, hey, follow me to the bar. It's a busy place. You follow her to the bar. It's two things that are very powerful. So let's start again with Crystal. We'll go around. Crystal is going to be joining us perhaps tomorrow night, if not within the next week, hopefully. I'm going to make sure that I have time for her because her story is, and I'm not even going to talk about her story. It's just a remarkable story. I don't want to talk about it because today's Friday and it's fun day. But we're going to, here on this channel, we're going to be taking a vested interest in what's going on with Crystal, and we're going to help her come to a conclusion. And one other thing I'll say, because I've been ranting and raving, is if you guys want to support the Patreon, it's called patreon.com/demandthetruth. And I've made a promise that as soon as we get up to $4,900 a month there, right now we're at $1. But once we get to $4,900 on that, what's going to happen is, this is an example. This is all hypothetical. Let's say Jeremy needs help with medical bills. Okay, well that month $5,000 goes to Jeremy. Let's say Jamie has a business idea. The next month $5,000 goes to Jamie. I'm gonna keep some for myself. There's gonna be months that I keep some money for myself. You best believe that. But I stole this idea from Jamal from the Rise of the Moors. He's gonna be joining us on Monday. But that's something that we can do. Patreon.com/demand the truth, because I want to be able to do this, because this is what this ties together with what we talked about at the very beginning of the stream, which is government is not doing their job. Government is not doing their job. Not only do we pay them, but they force us to pay them to do a shitty job. So we have to do our own job, unfortunately. So stay tuned for this, and we're going to support Crystal for sure. And Crystal, I appreciate you joining me. Not only do I appreciate you joining me, but Crystal is an incredible activist in her own right. I mean, she's taken on multiple parts of the system, and honestly, like, she's somebody that I truly, truly admire. She's got cojones. So Crystal, take your time, and this goes for everybody here. There's no time limit. How can people support you? Because without getting into any details, you need some support right now. We all do. How can people support you? Any final thoughts? And what would you like to promote? I'll put it up on screen for you.
Well, I didn't have any time to prepare, really, but I mean, just be the change you want to see in the world. That's the best way to support me. You know, just be somebody better than what you were yesterday. You know, and positive vibes are always good. Or pig food is always good, because I've got 7 hogs now that I'm raising, and they are beasts and they eat a lot. I don't really know
I want to
what
make
say.
so many jokes right now, Crystal, but this is YouTube. Let's just trust me. If this was not YouTube, you guys would all be slapping the knees. We'll leave it at that for sure. Because I got some pig food for you.
Sweet.
Logan, man, I appreciate you joining us tonight, because you're a future YouTube superstar. You're somebody that's going to change the world and make it a better place. Honestly, I'm not just saying this, but you're far smarter than the average 10-year-old. You got far more confidence, and you're going to be somebody that, as long as you keep following Kobe Bryant's advice and you keep up the hard work, you're going to be somebody that changes the world, bro. You're going to go down in history, man. Is there anything, how can people find your YouTube channel? How can people donate to you? And is there anything else that you want to say to the people, especially the ladies out there?
I mean, all the credit goes to my mom. She's been raising me for 10 years.
Oh, Logan.
Oh my God. How much,
There's
Jamie?
proof
He's already got the
Yeah,
max
yeah.
status on point.
Oh
That's-
my God, Logan. I don't know how much your mom paid you to say that, but you're getting all the ladies with that one. That was awesome, Logan. Logan, I'll tell you what, Logan, I'm going to talk to your mom and you soon, and we're going to help you blow up your YouTube channel super big. We're going to make you super famous, bro. And it's going to be awesome, man. Logan, you're welcome on this channel anytime, brother, and keep up the good work. And most importantly, man, keep being a good kid. Keep studying your neck off, and protect your mama, man. She's a good woman. Protect your mama. Thank you for coming on. Papa Chuck, man, thank you for, Papa Chuck has been in the chat for a long time, and you do not look like your profile picture, first of all, by the way. And thank you for coming on, bro. You're super smart, and you're Canadian too, man. I haven't had this much fun with 2 Canadians since Terrence and Phillip at the Celine Dion concert. Any final things that you want to say? Any books, websites, Cash App? What do you want to promote? How can people get in touch with you? And Papa Chuck, you've earned yourself a spot here on these Friday night streams. So I'll be in touch with you from there. But yeah, any final thoughts that you have there, my G?
I don't do social media stuff, and I don't have anything to promote. But if I did have one thing to tell the people out there, it's just stay strong. Do what Will does. Be fearless, and do not take no for an answer. Do what DMA does. Question everything. Trust, but verify. I mean, you know what I mean. You can't really trust the government. They suck. But, but you guys are awesome. I appreciate you. And Jamie, I know deep down, like, if my kid talked about his mom that way, wow.
Honestly, yeah, we kind of laughed at that, but honestly, that's freaking beautiful, man. And that just shows, Jamie, that you're doing an awesome job as a parent, man. Really, it's beautiful, man. Thank you so much, Jamie, for joining, giving us your insight, and raising an awesome kid who I'm going to be sleeping on his couch when he's out traveling the world, because he's famous for YouTube. You'd be like, here's the kid, make sure you take off the trash, bro. Jamie, again, what is your Cash App? Hopefully we look forward to seeing you again here on the channel soon. And any final thoughts that you have for the gang?
Well, thank you for having us, and making an exception for Logan too, because he just loves this YouTube stuff.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, I do the best I can with him. I've done the best I can with my 24-year-old too. I've always raised these kids on my own, but yeah, it makes me feel like I'm doing something right too. And again, Jeremy, you just give me so much hope for Logan. And I continue to fight for him, through Desi and all these other places when I have to file complaints and do all the stuff I need to do to make sure that he's going to get, the best education and everything that he needs. So I appreciate you coming on
You get
too.
better education than I got.
Yeah.
I got no help at school.
And don't forget to do that book about dating with Asperger's, because I truly believe if Asperger's was still a diagnosis, that's what Logan would be. Because
so, guys, stay tuned. The first book, which is on screen right now, is called Kicking Assbergers. The next book, which is going to be written by Jeremy and myself, is called Getting Assbergers. Okay, so stay tuned for that. That's coming very soon. Denver Metro Audits, I'm ashamed that you didn't laugh at that awesome joke. Any final thoughts? Tell people about your different YouTube channels, because they're very different. Please go into detail about those, about your 2 different YouTube channels, and you may even have 3. Tell people how they can support you.
Yeah.
Tell people how they can donate, and tell people how they can purchase your merchandise, sir.
Yeah. I'd like to say that, hey, Jeremy, I love that title for the book, Kicking Aspergers. That's such like a catchy title, man. So good job on that. I haven't read the book.
But no one can find it.
Yeah. Well, it's easier for people to find it with a catchy title like that. So, but I have a few different channels. Of course, my main channel is Denver Metro Audits. I do cop watching. I do audits. I do, civil liberties, all types of different activism. I do, public comment at city council meetings, all kinds of different stuff, street interviews, everything. And then I also have a backup channel for the people that like that kind of stuff. It's called Keeping Them Honest. And I do a little bit different stuff on that one. It's definitely more of like the street interviews, and I do a lot of shorts and stuff like that on that one too. So check that out. I also have the one, of course, that you brought up. It's called Empirical Miracle. It's my spiritual channel. So if anything,
guys, put all these in the chat while DMA is talking, please.
If anything that we talk about as far as like the law of attraction, traditional Zen spiritualism, if any of that stuff resonates with you, then check that one out. And I have also a prank call channel. It's called DMAFA Pranks. It's the DMA and AFA combination prank call channel. We haven't uploaded any videos on there in like a year, but there's some really funny stuff on there if you like that stuff. So check that one out. I also have another channel. It's called Sweet Miracle, which is Sweet Tea and Empirical Miracle combination channel. It's kind of like our combination spiritual channel, and like her and I just goofing around, having a good time, blogs, stuff like that. So check that one out too. I do have a lot of channels. And that's it for my channels. And thanks again, Fake Mike. Also, make sure you subscribe to FakeMicRealNews if you haven't. Guys, amazing.
Man,
dude, you're actually smarter than me, bro.
How do people shut up, buddy? How do people buy your merch? You're a really sweet guy. I appreciate you saying that. It's not true. How do people buy your merchandise, and how do people donate to you, my G?
Yeah, I got CashApp, PayPal, and Venmo. Denver Metro Audits. You can find me that way. All of that stuff's in my about section and in the description of every video.
Somebody donate to this guy right now. Donate to him $200 because one of those $100 is going to an ounce for me when I get
more
right?
bounce than the ounce. And everything's in my description or just about section. Also my memberships, all that kind of stuff too. If you want to become a member, is in there too.
Please do, guys. These are the guys. I heard someone say it, and I can't recall who because I'm even worse than I usually am tonight. But they said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." This panel right here is indicative of that. I literally, as soon as I get off this panel, I'm going to be like super stoked because I get to sit here with people that I genuinely admire. Like, you guys are super amazing. So yeah, guys, that having been said, I want you to support all this that come on here. And Jeremy, man, let's have any final thoughts that you have. Again, link to your book, Kicking Assbergers One Meltdown at a Time. Kicking Assbergers One Meltdown at a Time. They say everything 3 times. Kicking Assbergers One Meltdown at a Time. The link is in the description. It's in the chat. Please purchase this book and let them know that I sent you. Any final thoughts? How can people reach you? How can people donate to you, man? And I would like to say anytime that you want to come on and be a part of this. And I would also like to get you on for a full one-on-one interview as well, man. I just want to thank you for being a warrior, man, because there's so many people out there that just sit on their couch and do nothing. And you said, F that. I'm going to be a warrior, man. And I really respect you, Jeremy. You're welcome on this channel anytime. Any final points? How can people donate? How can people purchase your book? How can people find your YouTube channel? And how can people support you?
My YouTube channel is youtube.com/my-name. So that's easy to find. There's lots of videos on what autism Asperger's feels like for me. Plus, I put videos on there that go through the first 15 minutes of audio of my audiobooks. My book is available in audio format wherever you can get digital audiobooks. Plus, it's available in ebook wherever you can get ebooks, and in print pretty much wherever you can get print books.
Jeremy, what I was going to ask you earlier was I went on Amazon to try to buy it, and it's only giving me the option for Kindle or audiobook. So where can we actually purchase the book?
It should be.
Yeah, it's literally, I don't know if you can see it. It's just showing Kindle or audiobook on Amazon.
Oh, on Amazon.com?
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if there was another way or if that was the only way that it was offered. What else can I
do a quick check.
And take your time. If you guys are just joining, we're wrapping things up here. Let's see if there's anything that is I don't know who the hell this loser is, but someone destroy Siberian Husky in the chat. Take them out of here. By the way, if you're a moderator, trolls get the first of the line. I like to deal with trolls first and forehand. I love to destroy trolls because people say, oh, just ban the trolls. No, I like to destroy the trolls because what happens is the trolls will come on my channel and they're like, hey, Will, you look stupid. Hey, Will, there's a dumb hat. Hey, Will, why do you got your tags on? Hi, Will, you look like a meth head. And then I will say, oh, great. All of those things are probably true. Name one thing I said that was factually incorrect.
They separate my print books away from the audiobook and Kindle book. So if you go to Amazon.com and search for my name, it will come up hardcover and paperback.
Awesome. So it's Jeremy Tolme. It's Jeremy, like everyone spells it. Last name is Tolme. You can go to Amazon and search by his last name only or Jeremy Tolme. It's Tolmie. 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 Purchase the book. Also, the links are in the description as well. It's very simple. You just go to Amazon, you type that in, and you support. Guys, I really want to thank everybody that joined us, not only on the panel, but also that was commenting and giving your insight. It's very awesome. Again, I'm just the dude. I'm just the unfortunate mouthpiece of all you guys. What is Fake Mike? We're a collective, and we're a group of people that want to change the world. What do we want to do? We want to create a more altruistic world through nonviolence and the Socratic method. And I would like to thank Jeremy, Jamie, the future, the coolest YouTuber named Logan ever, because Logan Paul is a loser. And we got Crystal the Warrior here and DMA the Legend. So yeah, I said that, Logan. I said that. Yeah.
No. You can't say that. What if he's watching you right now?
Yeah, that would be cool. That would I doubt it, but that would be cool. He's probably watching me because his girlfriend broke up with him and he lost the belt in WWE. By the way, you know Logan Paul's a wrestler. Guys, thanks for joining Fake Mike Real News. We'll be back next Friday, and we'll be back before that too. We're gonna have more videos releasing. Stay tuned. Tuesday, we're going to be having an exclusive with Rise of the Moors, Jamal. I mean, this is the craziest story in the world right now. And then also go check out my past videos that I recently did. I did a video with U.S. diplomat J. Michael Springman, and it's so funny because all the hater channels, they'll be like, "Oh, well, you're," but they stay shut when I'm interviewing a diplomat. or a whistleblower from the NSA or the CIA or somebody that works at MIT. They surprisingly don't hate on those videos. I wonder why. And they can. So guess what, guys? I'm going to be here. I'm going to chill. And we're going to have the dopest people on. We're going to have Jeremy, who's kicking Assbergers and getting Assbergers. We're going to have DMA. We're going to have Crystal. We're going to have Jamie. We're going to have all sorts of people. Diplomats. We're going to have regular people. We're going to have Logan Paul. And we're going to have Logan. We're going to have Logan beat Logan Paul in a wrestling match where I come out at WrestleMania on the back of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And we're drinking beer. And we're going to do this all without makeup, all without a teleprompter, just a snapback and a fake mic. Real news. Peace out, folks. Bye, guys. Bye.